Unmute your mic too. Unmute your mic, man. Unmute your mic, man. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Khalil.
I need that other piece. You know, when you put the kicking thing in, okay.
Yeah.
Then I can share it. You know, I'm still learning all this stuff, man. I be needing the easy version.
No, you good. Hold on.
Let me see. Try that. Go to the other thing.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so we live, everybody. About to react to this Remnant cult outreach class hosted by Andre Taylor. Okay. So y'all just, man.
You know what, man? Something dawned on me earlier today.
What's going on?
In America Pimp, how many females did you see Dre with?
You know, I'll be you would be more versed on this than me. I couldn't really elaborate too much, man. But I'll probably say
They didn't show him with not one. Why the only female they got Dre with is the 16-year-old minor that he was on the run with, trying
yeah,
to
that's
act like he
crazy.
didn't know what was going on. And I'm like, hold on. So your dad gave you the, he gave you the 411, like, hey man, look, these dudes over here shooting a pimp documentary. Man, I don't even believe them clothes in the closet was his.
Hmm. It's
Then he
somebody
be like,
else's.
oh
It's all
man,
for the movie.
yeah, yeah. And it's like, man, of course it's Hollywood. So I'm like, you got all the closet full of shit that I don't even believe was yours, because the only time we really see you out and about, you got on the leather S&M, like you trying to take a girl to the bondage strip club, running up and down Hawaii. And it's like, hold on, man. So your dad gave you the 411, these dudes making a movie, and I'm like, dude, you could have positioned yourself any kind of way with that. And then if you're gonna be in the movie, you about to have your females, you about to be like, man,
Yeah.
look, whatever. They got you on a run with a 16-year-old minor, and I'm like,
Weird.
why is the creator just not showing me this now, and why not a couple of some years back? And it's just like, this is what everybody is like, oh my God, about. Any other pedophile, you know what I'm saying, dudes be talking all kind of crazy shit, but they got this dude on a run in the movie. The news come
Clear as
on and
day.
say he's on a run with a 16-year-old girl, and dudes made him a king pimp.
Yeah, that's crazy.
How? I was talking to a P, and when we was texting, and I was like, man, I don't know. Maybe I just come from a whole different game. I'm like, how this dude only pimp for 3 to 4 years, and I'm just giving him the 4 years. But then he goes to jail for pimping on a minor. But anyway, this dude pimped for 3 to 4 years, and he then became the master of the game. And I told him, I said, man, in that dope world, man, a nigga could have been slanging dope for like 3 to 4 years, and we still look at the nigga like he in the way.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, so what's so different? I said, man, they be trying to make it say, be talking all that pimping ain't easy. I said, according to Dre, pimping is easy. All you gotta do is say you pimp for 3 years and call yourself the master and go to jail for pimping on the minor. And
It's
dudes gonna
crazy.
bow down like 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 Trick Baby. You know what I'm saying? AKA Daryl. I can't even say the square nigga name, and
Yeah, the DoorDash.
AKA DoorDash the P.
You could just call
This
him
dude
Door.
got a
You could
square name.
you could call him
This
DD.
dude got a
DoorDash.
Yeah, this dude got a square name. And then man, it just I'm glad, like I said, man, I'm glad the creator just like showed me a whole lot of shit to be like, hold on, man. But like I said, this ain't even my fight. You know what I'm saying? He exposing. Dre said he had a dream one time where he was running through the church butt naked, and he asked the creator why. Oh, well, let's just say his guy. His guy is called the Most High. And he said to humble you. And I'm like, nigga, he would give you a sign of your end.
Yeah.
All this right here, all he had to do was humble himself in the beginning. But I'm gonna tell you one thing that's crazy. If you go to Detroit, and it's crazy, my son Manaz, he's a witness to this, but you know he kissing Dre ass, so he ain't gonna vouch for it.
Yeah.
But anytime any of my children, especially Manaz, because everybody say he looked just like me. But when Manaz would be in Detroit and moving around, and dudes that I grew up with or dudes that I know were run into him and be like, man, you look like this guy I went to school with, or this guy I know from the hood, and blah, blah, blah. And come to find out it's me. And he'd be like, yeah, that's my dad. And then, like, man, they would sing praises like, man, your dad this, your dad that. Like, my
Hmm.
sons never came back with a bad story. Even a couple of months ago when me, Tori, and Elijah went to New York, and my cousin out there, when I was living out there, he was young. And he was telling Elijah, like, man, when your dad came out here, man, I had to switch up a whole lot of stuff and I stopped doing, it's like that everywhere I go. Even when I told a story when I was over there with the Remnant, when I went down to Arizona and the Southside Crips, like they changed their whole dress code. Like dudes wasn't wearing blue jeans and all that stuff. They was like, man, I stopped all that shit.
Yeah.
Not saying like I'm that dude, but it was just like the way I just carried myself. And
Yeah.
I'm just looking at that like I'm in Seattle, and when you mention Dre's name, don't nobody out here likes him. And being out here, how the hell do I run into people that message? Yeah, all this need to be on the thing. But
Yeah.
how
Message.
do
Hold on.
how do I move? How do I move around the city of Seattle, run into people he grew up with, and they're verifying the things that I'm saying about him? They
Yeah.
saying the same thing. Yeah, we thought he was a sissy growing up. He
Mm.
always messed with young girls. Like these is like childhood friends. And they all say the same thing, like, man, you see, man, don't nobody mess with them. I'm like, how you got nieces and nephews in Seattle and they're not in the remnant with you? But he's gonna turn around and say, my family don't mess with me because I was that deal and they didn't want to mess with me. He got all kind of excuses, but like if you him, like dude's gonna fuck with you. Now, even his best friend from childhood is not like I'm looking like why if you were this super pimp and listen, if Big Meech, me and this dude grew up together, guess where I'm about to be right now? Hey
With
man,
Big
where you
Meech.
at? Yeah,
With
I
Big
got it.
Meech.
Hey man, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you mean to tell me you didn't did all this great stuff and dude still don't want to fuck with you? That's a nigga. I don't give a fuck what that nigga is doing, what he did. Man, I'm not fucking with him. It's like, but like I said, I used to tell Dre that. I said, man, the only thing that's kind of got me hesitant, and I told him this after him and the whole Naya situation. I said, man, don't nobody in your family, none of your friends and family fuck with you. I said, man, that's an issue. That's an
In its
issue that I
own.
have with you.
That's an issue in its
Yeah,
own.
yeah. Cause I'm like, come on, man. And the only reason why your stepmom is saying anything because she got some money with her son getting Shay mother, because whatever. And I guess he was
Uh-uh.
riding for him or whatever. But again, you found a way for you to get some publicity. But
Yeah.
what black organization wasn't getting publicity around the Black Lives Matter? I put it up on the internet. I pull up how many organizations got started during the Black Lives Matter, and it was a lot.
Right.
Everybody
Mm.
seen that money that Black Lives was getting, Black Lives Matter was getting. They was still, and I'm like, all you had to do is follow suit. Because the government at that time was like, look, any nigga that's making noise, just get them what they want to keep them quiet. That, hey, we ain't, and then they already know the game. It's like they're not gonna do shit but con the people. So now we got the excuse not to fuck with them again. Hey, remember y'all the last time we did that? We helped Black Lives Matter. Look at what they did.
Mm-mm.
We helped Black not this time. This nigga took the money, went to go make a pimp CD. You know what I'm saying? But you
Yeah, a
see
pimp
the fear,
album
only thing dudes
soundtrack.
can do is cry victim. That's it.
Yeah,
It
nah,
is
that's
crazy.
wild.
Elijah was playing a Rockefeller uh yeah, you could. He was playing a Rockefeller video. What's the name of it? JD Rockefeller. Yeah, but what was it 32 letters or something? Yeah, 32 letters. The 10th letter. Yeah, it was like the 32 letters. And then we was listening to like the 10th letter. Man, this dude was quoting everything Dre was saying.
Mm.
You know, don't ever I forgot what it said. Don't ever let your enemies become your teacher. And I said, hold on, man, this dude be acting like
He got all
he
this
was sitting on the
uncommon
toilet.
information.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
nah.
sitting on the toilet, and all this crap just came upon him. The Holy Ghost, while he was sipping on the Holy Ghost, all this stuff just popped up. It'd be
Yeah, nah,
like,
that's
man, come on,
crazy.
man.
Hold on,
But
man.
yeah, but I was thinking about that earlier. That hit me. It might have hit me in a dream, and it was like, yeah, why in America Pimp? Why you don't see Dre? But you know, he'll post some pictures. But I'm like, we in Seattle. The reasons why my sons wanted to come out here because I used to tell them how beautiful the women were out here.
Yeah.
So you know you can close your eyes and go outside and run into a bad chick. You know Detroit, it'd be like duck duck goose. You know what I'm saying? Duck
Yeah.
duck duck duck. Then you catch a bad one. Like out here, like man, it's like it's nothing. So it's kind of like,
Mm.
of course, you showing a few bad women to a nigga in Detroit, he'll be looking like, damn, like this
So
dude
he
was really
was ski.
campaigning. But it's like, no, like, no, man, it's like the women out here that you see that all day. So yeah, if you out here campaigning, of course you gonna run into a bad chick. Cause like I used to tell dudes back in the days when I used to come out here, back in like '05 and all that shit. I said, they was like, man, how the women out there look? I said, dude, the white chicks out here look like they could dance for Two Live Crew.
Oh, damn.
You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
never seen, unless I was down in like Alabama or in Atlanta, I never seen so many thick white chicks. You know what I'm saying? And then Dre acting like, no, I was out here campaigning. I found them. Like, no, like these, and then
Yeah,
you grew
nah.
up out here. Like these women out here be bored.
It's good with it, man. Yeah. Nah, they do. I mean, it just depends, man. Like, and Seattle, yeah, they got a little bit of everything out there in Seattle, so it does make sense, you feel me? But it's just, we gotta see through the illusions, and they don't like what we doing because we're lifting the veil. You feel me? And so it's just
Yeah,
it's a whole different situation. Yeah, that me.
yeah.
Jesus.
Cause listen,
Feel
you mean
me?
to tell me everybody in your family hated you? Your
Everybody
uncles,
don't fuck with you.
how long? His uncles wanted to kill him. His brothers wanted to kill him. I'm like, how long, man? How long? What was you doing? And then remember, he ran off with his auntie money. Then he said I was asking Elijah today. Dre got this story when he talked about his dad when he was out in Ohio, how the big pimp out there was checking his father about sleeping with his hoes. And he was
Oh.
like, if these niggas stop fucking on the pimp's women, a pimp could get some money out here. So I'm like, hold on. So if your dad was tricking with all these hoes, now how he become the biggest player? Now all of a sudden all
Yeah.
the pimps looking up to this nigga that was tricking. I'm like, man, this dude has made his dad a super pimp, man.
Mhm. He made his dad seem like he was the best thing ever, man. The greatest thing
Yeah,
running.
and then the crack era hit where he was the best crackhead
Hey,
ever. He was the only crackhead that had it together. Like, But then he talk about how his father ran off with his daughter's money and all that. So it's like, so when did your father stop compromising, and when he did, you know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden everybody just like, well, we ain't gonna pay no attention to when he compromised. All he said was, be a man. And now that just supersedes everything, like all the BS. It's like, man, come on, man. But that's why he want all the young niggas, because see, young dudes don't know how crackheads was back in the 80s. I think I had touched on that before. Like them crackheads in the 80s was not like the crackheads you see now. You know, these are
Yeah.
functional crackheads now. Back then, man, you knew a crackhead when you see one. You know. Now all of a sudden his family was super, you know what I'm saying?
My fault.
We
People
can leave it
calling
alone.
me
Yeah,
and
you can.
shit. And so,
But I want to ask that if we live, I want to ask somebody that in the comments section, like how do that go? How can a dude pimp for 3 to 4 years and then get caught pimping on a minor? And you see, he was scared to get back into the streets. That's how you know
yeah.
he wasn't built for that shit, man. Now it's one thing you in the streets and you just don't get caught, and you know you pay attention. Like I have never went to jail. That's like selling dope, and dudes ask you like, "How did you go to jail?" And you say, "Oh, I sold to an undercover." You be like, "How you do that?"
Yeah, like where they do that at? Like, what the fuck
And
going on?
how you? You be like, "What, man? I know dudes that got caught up like 3, 4 times selling to an undercover." I said, "No, man, it's somebody you locked up with that you trying to go see. You not gonna no. Now, luckily, thank God, I never got caught up in no raid, but." Selling to an undercover? No, man, that wasn't gonna happen. So that's how I look at pimps when they be like, "Oh, I was pimping on the minor." You be like, "You was pimping on the minor." If you got caught selling to an undercover, you was desperate.
Yeah.
And when I came into the game, the first rule, the dude, matter of fact, the first dope house I sat in was out there in Flint, where Dre mother abandoned him in Seattle, because remember his dad wasn't around, even though he tried to act like it. That's
Yeah.
another message. So she left Seattle to move to Flint, which was base head heaven. But when I first went to a spot, the first thing the nigga told me is, "Hey man, all money ain't good money." That was the first lesson I learned. And I'm like, "Well, what you mean by that?" It's like, "Hey man, if you got a feeling or whatever, like nigga, hey." And so I'm gonna tell you, man, look, this is a crazy story. So I was so scared to sell um to an undercover. I was in the back room, and we didn't call them trap. You know, that's some Atlanta shit. You know,
Right.
when I was sitting up in the spot, aka the crack house, when I was sitting up in the spot, the chicks who was running the house, who house it was, apartment it was these two dykes. So I would be in the back room. So dudes had to give the money to them. They would have to come in the back room and get it. So I'm so square and new to the game. This what the females was doing. Like they would get the money, and like dudes would be like like how many they getting? You know, they'd be like two. They got a 20, right? So I would take like three, or like maybe like 3 or 4, and they can pick which two they wanted, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what the bras was doing, they was look at the dope, and they would give me back soap in the pack.
Yeah.
So the dudes who I was rolling for, well, it was one dude, but he was part of a crew. So a couple of days later, I said maybe about 2, 3 days later, a boy came and was like, "Man, I'm getting some complaints." And I'm like, "What you mean?" Now at the time, I was like, I was like 14, 15 years old. I'm gonna say I was between 14 and 16, but I want to say like 14, 15. I said, what you mean? They said, he said, man, you got some other dope up in here? And I was like, nah, I just got what you gave me. So he's, man, let me see that. So I pulled out the sack and he dumped it out and he looking at it. He said, "Hey, you selling soap up out of here?" And I said, "No, this what you gave me." He said, "Okay, how like how this shit jumping off?" I said, "They give the chicks the money, they come back here, and he said, so when they tell you how many they want, what do you do?" I said, "I grab a few and I let them pick which one." He said, "Man, they switching this shit on you." And I said, "What you mean?" And he's showing me the packs, and you could tell like they was open, like them little zip. Any dudes that sold dope back in the day, they know what I'm talking about. Them little Ziploc baggies. When you will open it up,
Yeah.
like you could close it, but it won't close the same. It'd be like a little gap. It'd be like a little open. It'd be, it's not gonna close. It's not gonna seal. And the dude was like, "Yeah, when you bring out, when they come and be like they grabbing 20, they turn around, they grab it and they looking at you, and instead of them taking that, they giving you back the fake dope, and and they because man, majority of the sack was soap." And he said, "Man, dude, if I didn't think that you was being truthful and on some real shit," he said, "Nigga, I'll kill you up in here." I
Damn.
was like, "Damn." He said, "Man, for now on, when they come back here, however much money they got, you give them that and you tell them to get the fuck on." So, which was crazy. I'm gonna just say, in my dope career, that's why a lot of dealers was heartless towards the fiends. Like when you watch Menace to Society and O Dog, when he like, "Nigga, get the fuck on," or like Boys in the Hood or whatever and shit. Like, dudes were just heartless to the crackheads because those back in the day crackheads, man, they had some game for you.
Yep.
They was, man, and I was watching a video. This dude was talking. He was from Detroit, and he was talking about that, like how back in them '80s, man, them '80 crackheads would kill you. Like
Yeah.
it was a whole different time. Like you could pay a crackhead, you would give a crackhead a rock to go kill somebody. Like we was
Yo,
around those crackheads.
Eddie, real quick though, real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah.
It's 17 minutes past 7. Why aren't they live right now?
Let's
I'm just trying to.
let's
I'm
go. Let's
wondering
go.
what are we waiting for?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. You know what? I thought we was started a little bit early to kind of get everybody warmed up. But man, let's go see what these suckers talking about.
No, we already got them pulled up. They haven't been. They haven't started yet.
Oh, because they watching us.
Yeah, they're talking about
You
they're
know
gonna
how they
start at
be in the
7:15.
because we already had a feeling they're gonna turn around and see the thing, and D is shaking in his boots because he got his legal stuff going on. And
Yeah,
all y'all do, hey y'all can pull up his name and y'all can look up his case out there in that
yeah,
Colorado,
flesh
see what
mode.
was jumping off, even with that sexual abuse case. But
Yeah,
yeah. So they, man, dude,
yeah, nah, they wild out there,
these
man. They got a lot of
these
stuff
little
going on.
kids, they
You
little
know,
kids, man.
yeah, nah, DoorDash, man. He DoorDash a P, man. You wrong, bro. You wrong, bro. I'm not gonna cap you
Yeah,
wrong. Hey. And then
AKA
and then
Trick
it's like,
Baby.
look. We gonna put his whole fake brand out. Y'all, he bought a bunch of clothes and never did shit with it. He probably told you he had a clothing brand too. He ain't do shit with the
Yeah.
clothing brand. DoorDash, you
Hold
ain't
on.
never
What's
did
what's the
shit.
name? What's the name of it?
Yeah, he involved in some shit right now, low key. Low key. We can't.
What was the name?
Hey,
What was the name of his clothing brand?
shout out to my rider friendly.
Man, let me ask you this.
Yeah,
When he first gave me that jogging suit, even though it was a 2X and I was a 1X, I
yeah.
looked at that name. I said, "Who the fuck gonna wear this shit?" Rider friendly. I'm like,
What the fuck?
but guess
He
what?
said,
All
"What
the
the
all them
fuck?"
remnant, all
He's
the remnant
a-
lanes was rocking that shit. I'm
yeah.
like, nigga, I ain't about to wear this. And the only reason I wore the hoodie a few times because when I came out here, I only had my minks and my chinchilla. I
Yeah,
didn't
so
have
you need an extra
and then
hoodie or something.
I had to go buy me some hoodies.
Yeah, he said I need an extra hoodie or something. Yeah, nah. I mean, I don't know, man. He got weird shit going on, man. Weird guy. Weird guy. I'll tell you that.
But you know what? I gotta look at it, man. I don't know Trick Baby parents, but I'm like, if he said his brother was his own his no, he said his dad was Dre's brother. I'm like, but then you find out people later turn around saying, nah, they ain't related to Dre.
No,
And
they're
it's
not
like, man,
related at all.
all these lies, man. Like dudes want to be down with his family so bad, want to be down with him so bad. Dude just bossing up, claiming,
They just forget their whole family. They said, man, your family's better.
yeah.
The Remnant are a bunch of dumbass lemons. Yeah, man.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something funny, man. I've been out here since March
Okay.
of 2025. Dre or D, none of their people, nobody in the remnant was able to put anybody on to make any kind of money.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me take that back. D, aka DoorDash to P, aka Trick Baby. He did one time when he helped when he had the guys in the remnant go over to Miss Denise's house to do some work, and
Oh shit,
they
they
scammed
lied.
her out of that 20, 40,000 and ran off with the money.
Man, that's crazy that they still did that to Mellow Grandma.
Mello's grandmother, who's
That's
in the
crazy.
remnant. And
So
mind you, I'm just gonna say this and then we can see what they're talking about. But then I had my people back home in Detroit reach out and put some moves together for me out here. I'm like, why my people in Detroit had to boss up for me to make some money? You know, I had a cool job, but now I'm like, oh man, I'm straight. And these niggas from out here and could not put not one nigga. Those niggas all work at a security job. I'm like, I'm not coming out here to be security.
right.
Nah, what them security guards over there talking about?
Yeah. And so also the contents of DoorDash to P Woski, uh the contents of DoorDash to P is this. It's Daryl Maurice Goodley II has his women doing DoorDash.
But then hold on, how you get around the remnant and talk about and brag about having multiple women, but then when you go into that courtroom out there in that Colorado, I'm a one man. What happened to what happened to the popping it? What
Yeah.
happened to the being transparent?
Yeah.
Hey man,
That's
listen.
crazy.
When I got caught up, and mind you, I got the last time I got caught up with 5 pounds out of Texas. I had to go see the probation. You know when they set you up to be on probation and all this carrying on shit.
Yeah.
The lady who was interviewing me, she said, because they was, talk about me going and drop. You know how they pick a color that you got to go drop and, to see if you drop dirty. And I told her girl, I said, oh, you ain't gonna never catch me dirty, cause I don't drink or smoke, I don't do none of that shit.
Yeah.
I said, but I do love money though. Guess what? I didn't have to drop. So every time I've been to court, I was always transparent and was like, hey, I mean, it is what it is. This nigga got a family court this thing going on, and this dude lying, hiding, uh financial statements, bank records, all this carrying on. Man, come on, man. What these liars talking about?
Yeah, let's see what they're talking about.
Very, very exciting to see the depth of information from the remnant going
The
back and
guard the
forth on
sissy
just different
movement.
topics and subjects, and we want to continue that.
I can't see the video on my
And
end.
it
You gotta
gives
click the screen.
a better opportunity to kind of
Yeah, he's
know
still
us a
hitting
little more.
kids,
We
man.
have one of my sons, Tommy from South Africa.
Shout out to he was beating on one of Jot's nephews by the name of Rashad type shit. I guess we're not supposed to say his name, but he was beating on that kid, man. Daryl, we know about you. We know you still hitting kids. That's not yours, bro. Straight up, you a fucking dickhead, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna
had him writing verses, doing all the shit, bro.
Both my wives.
What I love, because I heard they got a new location. But what I love about this, see, they thought they could mess with everybody else's family, and they were gonna be able to just slide and get away with shit. That's why D not on there, because he got to sit to the side so he can listen to what we talking about.
Yeah.
But but yeah, he thought nobody was gonna be able to find out about his people, his family.
And
so yeah,
the thing though too with D, he be in the chat. He be just start typing in the chat. We know you. Hey, type in the chat, man. Type in the chat. We try to see what you talking about. You know what I'm saying? We know you still hit those kids, hit those women, and doing all that type of stuff, man. It's messed up. I'm
gonna tell you what he talking about. Over here in this remnant, we stand on principles and morals, integrity, copy and paste. 5 years later, AD, what's going on? You know, principles and morals and integrity, and you know, that's all we stand. Man, nigga, shut the fuck up. Nigga, you say the same shit. You can't, man, all them niggas over the robots. Let's look at it. Let's look at the baby dolls. Let's see what the baby doll's talking about. He got on his leprechaun outfit.
Yeah. They said Dre has a Party City suit on.
Thought-provoking questions. And so let's go, women.
Sister, you have all the questions.
No. I don't have none. Okay, well. You guys passing it to the men or what?
So I want to start with what has being in the information, what has had the most impact? What area of your life have you been most impacted by with being in this information so far?
Look at that. What? Paul, nothing.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Whoever takes it.
All right, I'll take that. Y'all hear me?
Tell y'all, man, they're not learning shit over there.
Got you.
You gonna say the same shit D gonna say.
Information.
Yeah.
I feel more valuable. It's like I'm not basing my value on like what the world says is valuable. I know that the in the culture, the Most High has an expectation of me, and when you have an expectation of something, that means you value it. So I feel more valuable.
Yeah, more valuable.
Make sure we post this. This is his comment of all this time and reading Guard the Man book.
He said he feels more valuable.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hey, we gonna have to post it. This is what these niggas learning.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, what the heck?
I would say every area.
The Remnant gave me value.
You know, relationship wise.
Where your woman at, Chris?
Understanding.
Understanding what, Chris?
See, look, that remember Ward. They in the chat again, Eddie. They back in the chat.
Enlightening to me. It's
a whole bunch of goofies. That's what it is.
My knowledge, my identity, my understanding, my principles. Yeah,
we knew you was gonna say principles. We knew you was gonna say principles. Yeah. Honor, integrity, dignity, loyalty, respect.
That's all they got.
It made me a man. Yeah. Let's go.
So you got to go to a sissy. You got to go to a full-blown sissy that everybody know been a sissy all his life for you to find out how to become a man. So, but that what makes the black community so lame. Anybody can tell you to be a man, and dudes gonna feel like I did in the one video, feel like the scarecrow.
Yeah.
Like, nigga.
Come on, man.
I got.
Let me say something real quick.
See, of course, Dre gotta say
Dre,
something because
yeah.
he
Let
was
me clean it up. Let me clean it up.
Yeah.
Let me clean it up. Let me do the damage control. Yeah, because these niggas suck, bro. They suck, bro. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on?
All this time,
B team is not
all
doing
these niggas,
good.
all they got to show is for all this information is pickup trucks.
Nigga said principal.
And like, oh.
Nigga said principles. Look at Dre. Head. Nigga, sweating. What the fuck y'all got going on, man? This shit funny. Eddie needs Andre. Eddie don't need Dre. What you talking about, man? Come on, man. That's why y'all here. That's why y'all here.
Hey, and that's why they y'all security guards.
Yeah. Yeah.
These dudes haven't been home in a year and a half.
Go home. Go home, brother.
Toss this around or not, but
They can't. They can't.
Great.
Just like Dre, people don't fuck with him. People don't fuck with them no more. They told him to get the fuck on.
My thing, y'all pay Dre every Tuesday. Y'all pay for the OnlyFans subscription, and y'all pay what, $50 for another class? How much is y'all paying Dre just to be in the Remnant, bruh? This is crazy.
Oh, don't forget the Instagram. Don't forget the Instagram class.
The Instagram class.
The OnlyFans class. The YouTube class.
Membership.
Oh, and then it was mandatory. They all had to go buy the book. They're talking about the same shit that they already didn't heard. What else? Oh, then mind you, so they got to sit up there every Wednesday. Things everybody in the audience already know. Then on Saturday they got to sit up under Dre again. So it's like, man, listen. I'm out here, even when I'm in Seattle, I'm moving around. How am I? Don't none of these niggas in the Remnant don't know none of his people.
What is y'all doing? What is y'all doing?
Waiting on Dre.
They just waiting on
Sitting
Dre.
up under
What
Dre.
has the Remnant brought y'all, bruh? The Remnant ain't bring y'all nothing yet, bruh. Y'all ain't do nothing yet, bruh. What y'all doing, bruh?
Hey, hold on.
We continuing
to... They did become, hold on. They did, remember, the Remnant is a federal operation.
It is.
They all became security. I don't even think they're security guards. I just think they're agents.
Agents.
Mind you, a federal agent, a federal operation.
Federal
Dre admitted on he would go tell on somebody, and them niggas still 10 toes down. So that lets me know that all of them niggas over there are snitch.
Come on.
But
come on, let's
whatever.
Continue.
I'm from the game, they not.
Come on.
I just want to say a quick little testimony, and it's not about me. Tanya and I were talking, and
I said, somebody give me tissue right now.
Right. No, Tanya and I were talking, and she was talking to me about when there was a situation going on where Chris was upset with her. Chris was upset with her about something that was going on with Chris's fiance. And he had felt like she moved inappropriately for what he was asking for, right? But Tanya's testified to something that was so great, and I just wanted to share it. She didn't know I was going to say anything. Chris didn't even know that Tanya and I talked about it. But she says, the Remnant men, in essence, set the tone for what I know a man to be. Case in point, I knew Chris was upset, but was this in Houston that he came and got you?
So
where was this
I
at?
didn't know.
Well, she knew. I'm gonna tell you
I
what the
didn't know he was
backstory.
upset.
Tanya knew that Chris was upset because Tanya is a known liar. So that's why Chris did not want Tanya around. Yeah, okay, now it's the fiance, because mind you, they gotta clean it up now. So they did so much lying. But Tanya was doing so much lying and Chris would ask his woman a question, and Tanya, she would give him one answer, and then he'll ask Tanya, and Tanya would give another answer. So, but this is the same person who his Chris woman told me some things about that Tanya has said that Tanya had lied on Tori and said that Tori and Tim was cashing checks from the job. So when Chris Woman was confronted about that, now this is what she told me personally. It was me, her, and Chris. Chris did the monkey. He did the see no evil, hear and say no evil. I'm like, dude, you were standing right there. Oh, now you heard everything else she was saying except that. Like I say, it's a whole bunch of liars over there. These niggas lie. Them niggas steal from older women, elderly women. So if they would steal from Mello's grandmother, who's in the remnant, man, they don't give a fuck. D don't give a fuck about nobody in remnant, man. If he can get over on you, that nigga gonna try to get over on you. I'm glad when he was asking me to put him with some of my dudes out there in Indianapolis, that so he can get some money or whatever. I'm glad them niggas didn't hit me back about this nigga.
Right.
And when they reached back, they said they asked another nigga about D, and they were just like, nah, they wasn't fucking with him. But I'm like, well, damn. I mean, well, I wish y'all would have called and told me something. Shit,
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, man. See.
The baby died.
Until we had the circle when we were back from Houston.
Okay.
So we end up seeing each other at the airport on our way down
Now,
there.
mind you, Houston, that was in March.
I'm gonna come sit over here. He said, yeah, come sit down. It was just
It's
me and him
August.
there
They
at that
going way
time.
back to March.
Sat down.
Man, these dudes,
He finished eating what he was eating. We were just talking the whole time. And then I rode with him to the hotel, which is like an hour away.
Yeah.
But I ended up being asked by Tori to grab their bags also. So not only is he having to transport me, but also the stuff that I've agreed to take with me. But the entire time we were in Houston, Chris made sure that I had a nail appointment. He made sure I got to my nail appointment. Made sure.
What kind of costume does she have on?
And made sure I
I don't even know what she got going on.
He embraced me with his
Come
family
on, man.
the entire time. Every time we went to go eat something, Tanya, you ready to
This
go?
is
Tanya, you guys
war.
ready to go?
And D white man
all
voice.
did I know that
This
he
is
even
war.
had a frustration towards me, and I won't even necessarily say a frustration. There was a confusion on what had happened, and so even in that, he still operated with excellence. I did not know whatsoever until we get into the circle.
And I'm gonna go back a little bit farther. See, I brought Tanya into the remnant.
Yeah.
I met her, me and her got cool, and everybody thought me and her was courting. And I'm like, I mean, y'all kind of see how big she is. I was like, but anyway, she was cool. So when she asked me what was up, what was going on with me and her, I said, well, man, look, I don't know what's going on. I said, I don't know if the creator brought us together for me and you to get together, which I wasn't attracted to her like that. I said, or was my job, I mean, I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
I said, or I don't know if my job, I mean, she know this. Me and her was sitting in the car and I told her this. I said, or I don't know if my job was to bring you over to the remnant. And she said out her mouth, well, if you don't plan on being my husband, then you need to get out my husband's way. I said, and you know what? The creator will make that happen too. So fast forward, like I said, me and Tanya never courted. So that's why the issue with her and Chris, that's what's going on, because Tanya ended up because me and Chris was cool. I thought me and Chris was cool, but I see now Chris be on some, he from Oklahoma. So they say he be on that Oklahoma light skin shit. So what Tanya did to get she was trying to she was getting that Chris woman to get information from Chris about me. So mind you, this is why Chris wasn't really fucking with her like that, because Chris was like, yeah, man, she got my woman trying to pick me for information to go back and tell Tanya. So that's why Chris wasn't fucking with Tanya like that. Now, hey, see, like I said, why this is August and y'all still talking about shit that happened it got exposed in March.
Right.
You know what I mean? But Tanya, it was something else I was gonna say. Oh, so that's why when we went to Houston and Dove got on stage and tried to post like me and Tanya was courting, and like I did Tanya dirty, that's when all this
Like,
shit
hold
jumped
up.
off because I was
Yeah.
like, hold up. First of all, me and
This
Tanya
ain't
was
that.
never courting. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Go ahead, Pepe. So that's the backstory behind.
The
That's the
whole
reason
situation.
why Chris and Tanya had issues.
Yeah.
About something entirely different, that he even felt a kind of way about something. So to me,
Which was
yeah,
me.
the way
Right.
that to me is operating past your emotions. That's operating past your feelings. And that is not something I've ever experienced in my entire
Look how
life.
Chris looking at it.
If a man is confused about something, if a man is upset about something, you see it. You see it. The way he conducts himself, everyone
They
around
weird,
him
man.
generally will have
They
some
weird.
kind of impact based
See
on
Chris
what
looking at her like
feelings are about something.
Right.
But I had no
hey.
clue. And this had gone on actually for like a couple weeks before we even went to Houston. Talked to him, hi, how's it
Actually
going?
months.
Conversations in passing. Not an inkling of an idea that he had any type of feeling at all.
That is representative of Remnant, and I'm so proud of that display of that Remnant culture and Remnant manhood. And bravo, man.
Right.
That's just big.
Hey,
So hold on.
Eddie.
So he's getting
Eddie.
praise because he kept it a secret for like almost 6 months that he was pissed at her. That's the praise. But go ahead. What's up?
Now, True Blue said, well, they ain't on their phones no more. Wait till they find out we back.
I have a question now.
Oh no, that's why D is not in the background because they sitting in the audience on their phones.
Yeah, they sitting in the background on their
They
phones
watching.
clapping.
What is the thing that shocked you the most, that the Most High revealed to you that wasn't pleasing to him when you did get into the information? What is something that maybe you didn't think like, oh dang, I'm gonna have to give this up? Because when you make a shift, you're like, man, I gotta leave this, I gotta give this up, I gotta do this. But what is the thing that shocked you the most that the Most High said you had to let go of? Or exposed to you that you might not have recognized?
He's like, why the fuck you asking me this question?
Because I'm gonna tell you why. Because Chris was in the rehab. Now, hey, y'all, man, look, flat out. Y'all can go back and listen to past testimonies, and Chris will tell you
That's
like
not
he was
funny,
in the
but it's like,
rehab.
damn.
He was addicted to drugs, and that's why he left Oklahoma. That's one of the reasons why he left Oklahoma and came out here because God had spoke to him and told him like, basically to get up out of Oklahoma. But let's see what he about to say. But that's the backstory. He was on drugs.
Either.
I don't think I was ever shocked, but would say one of the hardest ones was my feelings that were attached to worldly things, and my how I felt about people's perception of me, as especially making the jump. You got all types of people looking at you crazy and what you have, and they frown upon you, and with some of the action, they think some of the actions that you would take would be kind of what is the word I'm looking for? Unorthodox, against
I wish they would have put Mello up
norms.
there, and that way they could have asked him, why did D break his finger? I wondered, did that have anything to do with him with D robbing his grandmother?
Yeah. And it's crazy. You see the TV in the background? Like, this is supposed to be a better venue. What y'all got going on in the TV? Talking about no sitting.
Yeah, they didn't move. Yeah, they didn't move from the other
another little spot that was at.
That was.
Hold on. Do this dude got what kind of blue suit is this? Is that velvet or something?
I don't know what's going on.
What kind of
shocking to me? I think that was the hardest
what's going
one.
on with him.
Me leaving everything in abandonment, walking with abandonment with the Most High. That's a whole nother level. Being able to abandon everything that you thought you loved and knew.
Yeah, that's a dinner table.
And just to walk with Him, I think it's more the carnal connections that you have with people for
He
something
leaving
deeper,
them drugs out this
a deeper
conversation.
relationship with
Yeah.
a higher power, the higher power.
Mm.
I think that was the hardest and the most shocking, just the carnality of the relationships that I once had and still have, because it comes back around.
My question was the same. I want to ask that to give, and it was all kind of along the same lines. My question was, what was presented to you that made you want to be remnant or want to turn to the Most High? What in this information was presented to you that made you change your mind?
I wonder, did they get off welfare yet?
I guess how every like class that I was watching was kind of making sense with what I was going through at the time. And that what was it? That one class before I like fully decided was I think it was issues, and where you had to be fully resolved before you do something. And I had to make a that's when I made a decision, like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and I'm not no shaky stuff, like. So it was that. But also, even before that, I had been going through a lot of different things as far as like challenges with
Mm.
just
You know what, Paul? Let me say
like
something.
drinking.
When I look back at the remnant, and sometimes I'll be, because it is a need for the remnant. And that need is, if you look at the dudes that's over there that speak, you notice like even when they post shit, they all post the same shit. The remnant is a space for weak guys, weak
Yeah.
boys that's still going through their adolescence. They
Yeah.
still haven't developed yet. When you
Yeah.
listen to them, you don't hear no strength. It's a I was going through this. Even when you listen to Dub, I was on welfare. I had 3 kids. I was on,
Mm.
I didn't have no
It's
man. I was on the verge of committing suicide.
it's
Now, if
it's
y'all think I'm
a
making
poor
y'all,
me mentality type of
it's
thing.
a poor me mentality. If you listen to anybody testimony,
Yeah.
it's always a victim. And since
Mm.
Dre be like, oh man, we got to stop being victims. So they're going to him like, he's going to help us.
That's
Compared to when I look at all like the real niggas, and the real niggas have left, when I realized all the real dudes that really put in some work, did time, that was really about that life or whatever situation they was going through. And the guys that's in the remnant are niggas that you would not hang with if you was not in the remnant. If them dudes was around me right now, I'd be looking like it's a weakness that they have over there, and that's what, mind you, one of the brothers had reached out to me the other day, and he said, "Man, remember when we was in Vegas?" He said, "I was remembering back when we was all in Vegas, and Dre said that when he was in the pimp game, message, it wasn't the women or the money that he wanted. He said, man, he wanted power, he wanted control."
yeah.
And you still see that with that's why the dudes that's over there, they all got that dove. They was all on the verge of committing suicide. There is no
Yeah.
strength over there. It's all weakness. You don't
Yeah.
see no niggas popping up like, yeah, this is how I'm moving. This is what I'm doing. They still stuck on, well, when I got into the information, I needed principles. I needed morals. I needed integrity.
Like they
But
taught you
again,
good and bad, right and wrong. Like that's crazy.
when Dre was sneaking and lying behind our back, where was the principle? Where was the
Yeah.
integrity? Where was the moral? You see what I'm saying? The nigga, he used the shit when it fits him.
Right.
But then guess what? When the guys in the remnant do it, Oh yeah, now you got to get put in a circle, and now he about to have all kind of conversations and all this other bullshit. But it's like the lottery ticket. Remember, nobody's supposed to play the lottery. Let's
It's
see.
crazy.
Let's go. That's
Partying and stuff, like and self-image, because sometimes I would like myself a little better when I had a little bit of drink in me. And
weakness.
Unpack
Yeah.
that. That's just too strong.
so it's kind of like I
It's like
had a
Dre
view of
weakness is
myself,
young girls.
and it's like, all right,
Damn. Yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
it's like I think I'm cool, I think I'm all right, but it seems like where I would be, the people I would be around would be on different stuff, and I'm adaptable, but some of the stuff they were into, I was like, nah, that's not me. And it was like, to me, it was like damaging
But
the stuff
drinking
that they
is
would do.
you.
And if I got a
Right.
little
That
bit of
make you
drink
feel
in me,
like you. The drinking make you feel like you and make you feel like yourself. It's
But
crazy.
hold on. But the people around him is being weird. But he need a drink to cope. See,
I'll be
man. Come on, man. Go ahead.
a little more lenient. Like, all right, like
It's wild, man.
whatever, that's cool. I can hang around y'all for a little bit, but not for too long. And I actually prayed that the Most High would rescue me, and He did. It was interesting. It was like after I prayed, it was like I got in the bed and I kind of felt like it was like all these like tingles like all over me, and
Nigga, you was watching porn.
Like, nigga, those are called withdrawals, motherfucker.
it was just
Like,
interesting.
he's
And
talking about feeling tingles. Like, god damn, it's good. Like, come on, man. I'm just talking
the
shit.
next day everything started like changing. I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it, and I was like fully resolved. And that's when I ended up coming to the live class, and I had a dream about coming to the live class. Even like I was going to be there, and I was sitting in my car, and I was like, man, why don't you just go in there? Like, what you worried about? And that part kind of happened, so I ended up doing it. But yeah, so just understanding, like, well, knowing that the Most High, that everything happens in your life is allowed by the Most High,
A
and that
lot
it's
of
for
people,
you. It's
Eddie, and
not.
you pointed this out before. Like, we being here, we chop it, right? We chop it, we pop it, we flave. A lot of people doing different things, right? But there's a lot of people that they bring to the stand or wherever the fuck this is called that can't speak. It's just like he's having so much of an issue putting his words together. You know what I mean? He does not know what he wants to say.
It's the insecurity.
Yeah.
That's why you got to guard. You have to guard the insecurities.
Guard the insecurities is crazy. And that's what a lot of people do, and that's what they preaching and teaching over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They said don't fit your insecurity, protect it.
Or damage you. It's
That's crazy.
when you're not in the information, you just have you have that worldly view of, oh, what's happening to me, or this keeps happening, or I'm stuck in this cycle. And I mean, if you don't take heed to the information, you will get stuck in a cycle. And
Look like you're still stuck.
Right.
that's all I got to say right now. Yeah.
Let me pause it real quick. Let me say this. And I'm gonna address this to everybody out there. How long is this classroom of you notice they never say what the information is. How long am I, mind you, even when I was in the remnant, see, mind you, when I was in the remnant, we're all leaders. Then one day Dre sneaked a little, but I'm the leader of the remnant. I was like, wait, hold up. My thing is, now, mind you, these guys that you're looking at, they're like their 30s and 40s. How long are you guys supposed to let another man be your leader?
Right. Before you can lead your own life.
And you expect your woman to respect you. How
Crazy.
long are you supposed to be in this classroom searching to better your life in the information? That's
Right.
one thing I was telling Elijah earlier. I said, man, one thing I loved about, see, when I was in the dope game, the dudes that was putting us on was putting you in positions where you didn't need them.
Right. For which you can
You know
move
what I'm
on your own
saying? They like,
accord.
hey, yeah, they pushing you to be your own man. How these niggas, it's like, how are they comfortable sitting up there like, yeah, this is gonna last for the rest of my life. So for the rest of your life, this guy is gonna be the head of your household.
Nah, that's crazy.
Come on, man. But everybody else is lame.
Yeah.
Everybody else are squares.
Everybody else is square, but we could listen to Dre. And then if we're not gonna listen to Dre, we're gonna listen to Athena or D. That's crazy.
Man.
I got a question. And I don't know if we might have had touched on this a little bit a couple of weeks ago or something. I was gonna ask the ladies, what is, and I'm not saying any of y'all are,
And you know there's D
but if
women
you
out up
ever
there.
find yourself
Right.
in a position where you feel insecure, what is insecurity?
What is insecurity?
What is that?
What the
What
fuck
do you
is this supposed to be about? Like,
Think,
what are we
are
even
they in
talking about?
kindergarten? Is
Like,
this a kindergarten table? Go ahead.
what
What
the
you say?
hell?
I think insecurities is coming from the enemy because
She just pissed me the fuck off. I'm sorry. We're gonna let her talk, but what the fuck?
Well, hold on. Let me say
Insecurity
this.
is coming from the
Let me say this.
enemy.
But let me say this. This is 3 years of these people. I'm gonna say 2 to 3 years of these people being in this information. Why are y'all still having this conversation? Where is the power conversation? When is that going to happen? Y'all still talking about y'all past. This is what I'm
Right.
still going. Man, listen. If you hungry, you just get up and go eat. Go and get up and you go find something. You still at the table talking about, well, when I was hungry, and when I'm hungry, I think it's because the enemy don't want to feed me. What? It's still a victim.
Yeah, like
These
what
niggas
the
are still
fuck are we
victims.
talking about? Yeah. This shit's crazy. Hold on, man.
getting back to my original mind and our original culture, I know like who I am. Like you cannot like before it's like what perfection is in the world is like it could be like physical, it could be like
Be right back.
financial, right? But perfection to the most high is none of those things. It's my alignment to him. So I just feel like when I'm not in that order, of not receiving that recognition from the most high, that's something that could like make me feel away, not somebody else's like perception, because the most high is who's always looking at me regardless, and he's the one that I'm to impress, and nobody else like on this earth, or nobody else but him. So it's definitely like
How liberating is that?
it's definitely like freeing for sure, because just being in the world and just like there's so many like we'll often talk about like the immoral woman, and how that is just not even where the most high like wants us to be, and it's all a distraction of the enemy. So yeah, it's definitely like liberating to have that like my mind back, and to
Yeah, hey, Woski said, yeah, the insecurity totally comes from the enemy, not from the man whose job is to break you down and make you dependent on him.
know the areas that I need to be excelling in, and that's what's
That's
going to be
crazy,
pleasing to
bruh.
him.
Pause it real quick. Let me say this. And then you got to ask yourself, who is the most high? Because if you feel like you're trying to be aligned with the most high, but then they're going to run back to Dre and say, am I being in line with the most high? So you have a guy that's telling you whether you're in line or not. So you're putting him in the position of the most high. And I'm
Yeah.
gonna say another piece that's a problem. Because she said that I just want to please him, So nothing else matters. The reason why that's a problem is because it's like the Dre in the whole Naya situation. He made it about him. So he don't care who it affects because I think I'm doing God's work.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now you trying to say, well, no, man, that was wrong how you did that. It don't matter because this is between me and God.
Nah.
See, like I said, I've been in the spiritual world thing for like over 30 years. And I know guys that used to play off that. And they would turn around. So I'm not accountable to you. I'm accountable to the Most High. But yeah, but you just robbed so and so. That's why D can turn around and steal from Melo's grandmother, and he don't feel no type of way. Why? Because it's between me and God.
Me and the Most High.
So if God don't come and tell me something, then I'm still aligned.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Man, come on.
Yeah, that's crazy. As if God would approve of this weird cult-like behavior. Nah, dead ass. Here, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
So I wanted to look up the definition of insecure.
It's gonna be
The
good.
first definition says insecure means not safe, confident, or not firm. It describes someone who lacks self-assurance, a physical object or place that is not protected or stable, or a situation like a job or future that is uncertain and risky.
Oh man, Khalil, you gotta come back. Come back, man.
So
Oh
I
man.
think that
Oh man.
anytime you are
See,
not certain
Tori,
of who you are,
if y'all can hear
it
me,
allows
Tori
space
broke
for the
all of
enemy
them down,
to,
especially Dre off that definition right there.
yeah.
Oh, I wish Tori was on here.
Yeah. So
Right.
the things
Because
that you
Dre
don't,
was
and
trying to
that's
tell
something that is
Tori
so
that she was
good about
insecure.
embracing the
Tori
salting,
told them,
because
go ahead, pause it. Tori told them to read the definition.
Yeah.
Greatness read the definition, and Tori said, I'm none of that. And Dre said, yeah, but because Dre was trying to say that Tori was insecure, had some insecurities towards Naya. And Tori was like, I don't have no insecurities about my sister. And he was like, well, no, well, you have insecurities because she's married, even though them niggas not married. You know, and she's pregnant by a liar. And why would Tori, y'all all seen Tori talk and speak. Why would Tori be insecure about that? Because every time she gotta look at her sister, she gotta look at, yeah, your man a liar. Yeah, your man ain't shit. Your man, you see what I'm saying? But she's insecure. So Tori broke them down on that whole definition. You see now, just to show you the effect that we had over there, they had this conversation back in April, right before I left. I'm gonna say the end of March, beginning of April, somewhere around that time. Tori broke them down on the whole insecurity thing. Here it is, August, and they still discussing what's insecurity. I want to text Tori right now and tell her to tune in or come in here so she can break down how she broke them down. That's why now they got to go on here and make it sound like it's so deep. And the only thing Tanya about to do, they're all repeating the same thing that Tori did when she broke them down on that word. Go ahead, man.
Man, that's crazy as hell.
Ain't no growth over there. Ain't
That's
no growth
crazy as
over
hell.
there. Them niggas
because
ain't,
when you
huh?
fight the
I said that's
salting,
crazy as hell.
more things, you'll feel like so
Man.
many things are coming. But when you embrace it and allow it to work how it is, how it's supposed to, what ends up happening is those things that the enemy can whisper to, those things that he can point out
The
to
same way he
you,
whispered to Dre,
have already been
hey, go sneak
exposed.
with
They're
Naya
already being
and tell her
exposed by
family
the
that
information. So the
nothing's going
information
on.
calls
And tell
those
Eddie you love
things
him.
to the forefront and says, this is why that's not right. Let me speak information over that, because what you may see as an
Oh, well,
Mhm.
let me speak information on that. It's crazy. That's powerful.
Mm.
Let me speak information over
So one thing that I know about the Most High is he loves when you repeat his word back to him, because it means I've been in such great fellowship with you that I sound like you. And so when you can speak the information over those things, it's covering them, it's washing them. And so the only way for those things to happen is for them to be exposed. So for me, when I think about insecurities, I think about the things that I would rather leave hidden because you don't want to feel that sting when it first comes. So you'd rather just not address them or not. And I thought my whole life I didn't have any insecurities. You couldn't tell me nothing about myself. You don't like me? Oh, move around somewhere. It never bothered me when people didn't like me or didn't see me as great, but it shifted when I got the information. And I didn't even realize that it did. I didn't realize that it did until really just this last week. I had a conversation. I'm not going to go into all the details of it because it is massive, but I had a conversation with Dre and then also with one of the brothers about how the enemy had convinced me to hold on to this one thing that I didn't even know I was holding on to, really. I didn't even know or recognize that I was holding on to it. But what the information did was it allowed for the Most High to give me the gift of me. The gift of me, because you could tell me, and Dre would tell me, Dove would tell me constantly who I am.
By the way, everybody, Tanya, she's the one that helped Dre write the
what my
book.
assignment is. And no matter how many times you say it, unless somebody believes the thing, it don't matter. It has to resonate and it has to be believed by them, or the enemy can use that to expose or create, not even expose, but create an insecurity. And so to me, I'm sitting there like, no.
They get an enemy so much power,
and I
boy.
looked at it
This
like,
is crazy.
I'm not that great. Like, it's not that big of a deal. I'm gonna come over here and do the same work that I did, in the church, because I built a name for myself in the church. I had built, a ministry in the church. I had spent years and years and years, but then to come here and already be recognized for what the Most High was going to use me to do, I was like, no, can't be me. But then when I had this moment with the Most High, sorry, the last few days it's been a lot, the downloads the Most High has been giving me. But one of the days I had this vision where I was holding on to myself. I was holding on to who I thought that I was, who I recognized myself to be, not understanding that it was an insecurity that had been created, that I could not be. The same thing when you talked about when women will
pause it for a second.
He's gay because they.
The only way you're going to get to know yourself is through your significant other. That woman or that man is going to expose and show you parts of yourself that you didn't know that was there. How in the remnant you're going to be able to do that when everybody's over there is celibate? The only ones that's in a relationship. The only ones that's in a relationship is the ones that came in on a relationship, except Manaz. But if you don't have a man with you or your woman with you, how can you grow? So now you constantly asking Dre, which is crazy because another guy was, we was comparing notes, and he was like, yeah, man, I would ask Dre about some dreams, and he supposed to be an interpreter of dreams, but every time I would ask him about a dream, he couldn't break it down. And every time I would say, man, I had a dream about blah, 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 he'd be like, that's a good one, Eddie, but I don't know what that is. You would have to tell me. I'm like, shit, I ain't telling you shit. Like, I mean, not saying that because where we at right now, but I was like, nah, you know what I mean? If you don't know, if you said you know how to break down dreams and now you having issues, you can't do it. And then, like I say, a lot of stuff would be recycled. So it'd be like, you got peanut butter, but you ain't got no jelly to it. So it was just, like I said, it was a lot of that. And I was just like, he trying to figure it out. And I'm like, nah. But, so again, to the Cavassiers, the Jays, and all the niggas over there, these dudes don't have a woman. They riding around and beat up pickup trucks looking like Sanford and Son and shit. Ain't making no money. No money. Man, it's crazy.
It's just wild, man.
Feel like they can't get at him. So no, you got to be gay because I'm not at the level where you are, right? So it was almost the same thing where it's like, let me hold on to who I think that I am, who I'm comfortable being, because if I hold on to who I'm comfortable being, I don't have to deal with the insecurity that maybe I might not be enough. So then in this vision, I finally am like, the Most High keeps telling me, give me you, give me you, give me you. Like we're literally arguing back and forth. And the Holy Ghost like helps me.
It's crazy thing.
holds
Dre
my
don't
hand,
believe
helps
it.
me give my
Because Dre don't believe the shit that he teach. It's all about the money. Dre don't, you can see he's sitting there like, yeah, just say what you need to say to make this thing look good.
Right.
Hurry up.
So hurry the fuck up.
myself to the Most High, and He gives me back me. That was a version of me. That was who I was. I was her. That's who I was. That was me. But I gave him that version, that indoctrinated woman, and he literally gave me back me, who he.
But mind you,
Why
all the women
everybody
over there was on the
crying
verge of
and shit,
suicide.
bruh? Huh?
All the women over there was on the verge of suicide. So it's kind of like a, you know what? I might as well.
Damn.
He gave me back me, who he calls me to be. Who he had already spoken before my mom knew of me, before my dad knew of me. That scripture that I used to quote so many times throughout the years, so many times, it became real because I was who he fashioned me to be. And to think about how he strung the stars and the moon and the earth together, every fiber of our being together, that he chose me to be in the position. He chose me. He chose me. And when I chose to give myself back to him, he gave me a much greater version of myself. And now I have the know of who I am, the unshakable know of who I am. So whatever insecurities.
Only if Dre approve of it, though.
Thank you. Whatever
He
insecurities
over there in the
I
middle
was
just looking like a
operating with,
bug.
they're not here no
Huh?
more.
He
They're
looking
not
like a
here no more
bug.
because I gave
Just in
those
the
to the
middle,
Most
just
High, and he said,
beaming
okay,
on her,
cool.
bro. I
He
don't know what's
literally
going on with him,
washed
bro.
me. I said, here you go. This is who you are. All that stuff, that dirt, the scuffs, all those things, she's gone. Wow. Here you are. Here you are.
That's good.
So you mean, hold on, pause it. This is a good one right here. So you mean to tell me I don't have to be the sissy no more? I don't have to prey on young girls anymore? What do this mean?
It's crazy, bro.
Hey man, it's crazy.
Because that made me think about a conversation. Oh, okay. That made me think about a conversation I was having with my husband last night. Something in that nature. And
That's crazy. They all
knowing
5 people sleeping in one bed. Boy, that's
who you are,
that's
right? Your
crazy.
identity. Because it's like an indoctrination. Because I lacked identity, I didn't have that. I didn't know who I was. I was picking up, because one of my biggest influences was the music or just the people around me, right? So because I
Now you
didn't
never had
have
no
an identity
friends.
of
What's some
myself,
people
I was
around
trying to
them? And Drake still
pick
got on
up
the
other
played out
ideas
red wannabe Gators. Well, come on, man.
from other people or other people ideas of what you should be. Oh, excuse me.
Oh.
Okay.
Who did it? Who pinched you?
Just want to be picked up.
Go ahead.
So yeah,
Hold
I
the
was
baby's head.
picking out an identity that other people said you should be, was pleasurable, all of those things. I'll be looking at, had I actually, I was so deep into it, it was like, I would have been like covered in all type of tattoos, piercings, and all other, everywhere. It's just like,
Okay, here come Queen Liar. Here she come with the lies.
She said she would have been covered in tattoos. You thought she was?
Come on, man.
What's that even mean?
It's the brainwash is so real. Message. The brainwash is just so real. It's like, come on, man. Naya wasn't even about that life. Naya would Naya went to work and went to bed. Naya didn't hang out. If the information We used to tell her, man, go hang out with your family. See, but then again, mind you, Dre like young girls. These are the girls that he prey on.
Mm.
You know, no family, mind you. Dove wasn't close to her family. Like I say, Dre said he sat up there and watched Dove and her sister sit up there and fight. So he looks, and then like you see, like even if she's around her family, how he pulls them away.
Mm-hmm.
Because mind you, remember he wants to be in control.
Mm-hmm. He has
Look
to
at
be
him.
in
That's the look.
You
Yeah.
know, yeah, trying to allowing people to project how to be, and as if that would make me thinking at that time that will fill me up to be somebody, or in my mind, because if you're taking ideas that other people are projecting of how you should be, you're not being yourself. You're just being a follower
Like
of
what
what other
ideas?
people
Like
say you should be.
somebody asked you
You
what
know,
type of ideas?
you're never going
Right.
to get to a
What kind of ideas? You can tell everything that she's saying is things that Dre put in her head. This is see when you was out there. This is the things that how you was moving. These are the things that people was put into your head and all this and that. How can people be putting things in your head when all you do is go to work and go home? You in bed till it's time for you to get ready to go to work. The
Right.
weekends you in the house in your room
Right.
on your phone playing games.
Right.
Like, come on, man.
point where you know who you are, right? Unless you have this information, and it's like what Tanya was saying, when, once you get back to your culture, it's like the Most High, He shows you yourself, right? And that was one of the things that impacted me the most when I came into the information. And I still feel like the insecurities I felt like I had was like, if it was something as far as like me feeling like I could be more in shape, or certain things that growing up the people have picked out on me, and it was like a joke to them or something, and me taking that and me feeling like I wasn't enough, and that played a part in me feeling like I was nothing, and I just didn't have an identity, and
Pause it. Pause it. Pause it. Pause it. Let me go into why Naya did not feel like she was enough. See, and Dre is playing on that, and that's part of his brainwash thing.
Mm.
Because even when we came out here, and then, yeah, when her and Dre got together and everything, before I knew that the nigga was a liar, I was like, I didn't see Naya in this space. Like, even with her getting up and speaking, or her probably having a baby, but just her, just moving the way she is. Because, like I just said, Naya whole life was going to work and going to bed. So Naya never did anything. If Naya went to Detroit right now, is nobody's pulling up to pull up to see Naya. Now, those that's friends with Tori on Instagram, you see Tori on boats. You see Tori, like Tori is invited places like Delhi.
Right.
I call Tori right now and be like, what you doing? Oh, I'm over here at such and such, such. So Tori will always try to get Naya to come hang out with her because Naya stayed in the house. So when I told Naya, I said, man, I never seen you. What was that she just said? Like, she never seen herself in these places. And I would be one of the people that tell her that. I'm like, yeah, because you never did shit. Don't nobody know you. Though now your phone don't ring unless it was like one of us calling it, something like that. So Dre turned around and was like, yeah, see, you wasn't enough. See, your people didn't think that you was enough. And I'm watching
Yeah.
him, and I put this on an old video when I first started getting that Dre. And I was like, he used that against me on Naya. So now Naya's like, yeah, my own father didn't think I was enough. And I'm like, yeah, you did. I didn't, because you didn't do shit. But you see
Right.
how Dre twisted it and make it look and sound like something else.
Right.
Like I'm saying, like, oh, like she wasn't shit, or you know what I'm saying? But yeah, go ahead.
Nah, that's still wild, bro. Like just hearing the narrative and how far like she's continuing to go with it, right? Because or not even
Yeah,
continuing to go with it, but you can see how impressionable a mind can be when I don't know, maybe you're
that's
just
why
not
he likes them
connecting with
young.
source. You're not connecting with self at that point in time. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah. So where's her? So where's her connection with the creator?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because her only all of them, their only connection is through Dre. So they'll get up there and talk about the church, but only thing they did was make Dre their Jesus, because they got to keep going to him and say, "Did I do that right? Is
Yeah.
that cool, boss? How did that move on here?" You see, like even see, he's not doing it now. But if you go back to when I first left, every time Naya would talk, Dre would be looking at her. He'd be in her face, like making sure she stayed on script. So now he's listening. So because he probably got her more trained and okay, she's more seasoned now. But when you watch them old videos, he would look at her and be like, make sure you say what I told you to say.
Yeah.
Man,
Nah.
but go ahead.
That's out of here. That's out of here.
It came to a
Good.
point where I feel like I became needy for things. I always felt like I needed validation for stuff. And that's the dangerous place to be, because if you at that point, you're just doing things to please other people, So now that I'm back into my culture and me knowing who I am and me knowing, what my God's showing me who I am, is I don't have those things. I don't have those thoughts.
Back into my cultures, like that's a hard saying for her to say.
And
That
guess
too.
what? And check it out. Who are you? Because
Yeah.
mind you, ever since her and Dre been together, uh Dre don't want none of his women to work. Mind you, like I said, if they leave the house, they can't have no more than $45 in their pocket. If you need more than $45, you got to call him so he can switch money around. Why you
Yeah.
just don't have money on them? So that way, in case they leave, they only leave for 45. You see how he's still using those wannabe, I ain't even gonna say pimp tactics, it's con man tactics.
Yeah.
Because even a pimp, if he gonna send his woman out of state or whatever, she gotta make sure she got money to take care of herself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you see he got that old con game
That limited.
wannabe, and he just throw the pimping on top of it.
Yeah.
To who I am, because what he's given me, one thing he gives us women is our virtue, right? Your womanhood. And it's like breaking those things down and really knowing what that is, and that
Pause
being
it.
your
Pause it.
identity.
One more time. Pause it. The one thing the Most High give you is your virtue. Where was the virtue when Dre said, "Keep this between us"?
Right. Don't tell your family.
Don't tell your. Where was was he protecting her virtue then?
Right.
And see, that's what was me going at Dre this whole time was about. Because I said, man, you disrespected her virtue and us. You need to apologize and make it back right. He told their mother a couple of weeks ago, Eddie was coming against something God created. God did this. And Eddie was trying to make something pure seem nasty. I'm like, nigga, the lie and the sneaking made it nasty. Yeah. Nigga, fix it. Go ahead, man.
That being
Now
who
she
you
want to talk
are,
about virtue. Queen liar.
and
Right.
I don't second guess that. I don't think twice about that, because it's my identity and that makes me feel, that makes me full, so I don't have to pick anything from anybody else. I don't have to pick, and I don't have to pick things from going outside of myself to make me feel like I'm something or somebody, because I am my culture, right? This information, So, and with that, I have every ability to knock down and demolish whatever built those insecurities in me, yeah, that new woman,
How do
so yeah, that's where I'm at,
you knock it down when you have no power?
and because that was my biggest thing,
Yeah.
and I
The power
felt
comes
like I could have
from
been the
Dre.
definition of insecure, but to be where I'm at and to have that freedom of not being attached to those old things, the old ways, that old woman, and completely just cleansing, being cleansed of that.
Correct that. I don't know if it was an old woman.
Oh, girl, that little girl,
Oh,
that was
girl.
not a woman.
Oh, girl.
Yeah.
See, that's a freaky frog. So what was you doing? Look at him. Look at him. He said it as clear as day. I don't know if that was a woman. So what was you doing? You got all this game. You got all this information. You can't get you a woman. You gotta get you a girl and make a woman. That's what.
This is crazy. Because I'm about to do a video. I'm about to call him out on you talk guard the man and all this carrying on shit. Nigga, show us that you can pull a mature woman. Not one like Dub. That was on welfare. That was, on food stamps.
Right.
That was on the verge that she wanted to commit
Nah, guard the
suicide,
moron.
on welfare. No, not Naya. Naya wasn't working. Naya was on welfare, getting food stamps, and was on a show
Right.
us that you can get a woman that's having it her way. Stop showing us that you can get these little girls.
Yeah.
That's coming. That's coming out. Hopefully, I was gonna try to do it this week. We can make that a marker right there, and then I could go right behind it. But yeah, man, show us that you can get us a woman. You cannot even show your remnant dudes that you can knock a woman. Because even when he was messing around on Dove, he was sneaking behind her. But hold on. But then he needs Dove permission for him to go mess with somebody outside. Well, hold on, man. Where the game at?
Yeah.
Dove said it's okay for me to have me another woman. You hear and see all this sissiness, man.
Yeah, it's wild.
He played it, he hit it for a while, but he couldn't hide that sissiness for forever.
Girl, that's a good one.
girl.
Oh, girl, I ain't here no more.
Yeah.
This nigga got on
Yeah,
Lucky
I forgot
Charm, a Lucky Charm
No.
suit, man.
Guard the
Come on.
Moron said, "Damn, that's why I left the Remnant with Dre's punk ass." Guard the Moron also said, "Tanya's full of shit like a colostomy bag." Sorry, he said, "I think
See?
not even Nia believes what she's saying." He said that's how Yannin referred to Dre, as she referred to him as Jesus. So shout out to Guard the Moron in the chat, man. W Guard the Moron.
So,
What up,
and
though, man?
that
What
is
up?
one thing I'm most grateful for, giving back to me and my culture, yes,
Hold
the
on,
Most
pause. Let me
High.
just because you said
Right,
that,
that's crazy.
you know what? I will kind of agree with that. And I do think that Naya is playing a role because, for one, mind you, Naya, like I said, I ain't trying to be funny against my daughter, whatever, but my daughter did not have a life. Over there, she have one. She's the leader of the remnant. And I think, honestly, Naya is playing a role because she's like, you know what, y'all? I ain't got to work. This nigga take care of me because, trust me, Dre be compromising and tricking his ass off. I already told you about instead of him and Dove standing on their heads butt naked in the room, now it's probably just all, three of them having
Nah,
standing on their
that's
head
crazy.
butt naked contest. Now,
That's
and mind
crazy.
you, I'm not lying about none of this, but mind you, I already said now you didn't have a life. So over there, she like, hold on. You mean to tell me all I gotta do, because Dre buy her clothes every week. Every week she got clothes coming in through the mail. So you
Oh,
mean to tell me all I gotta do is every Wednesday show up, on Saturday show up. Okay, I can't leave out the house with, because there's already no gas in the car. No more than $45. I can't do shit unless Dre said it's okay. But guess what? She wasn't doing shit anyway.
right.
So the things I'm
So
saying,
it's
like,
cool.
I'm
She
not
chilling
lying.
either way.
Like,
She chilling either way, bro. Like she cool.
she chilling. She chilling. So I got a nigga right here that, yeah, he lies. And like I say, what's messed up about the remnant, they watch each other lie. They know Dre was lying. They know Naya was lying. Dre watched Naya lie. Naya watched Dre lie.
It's crazy.
Dove watched the both of them lie. So all three of them watch each other lie, and now all of a sudden they trust each other.
Right.
So now you're like, you know what? I'm chilling. This nigga about to take care of me. He bought me 777 9311 Benz. I ain't gotta do shit. They feed me like I ain't gotta do shit.
He said a seven
So I
seven
mean, I'm not
seven.
Yeah, that
Nah, for real.
9311 joint.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, am I mad at her? It's like I'm not pissed off at her, but it's like I did raise all my youngins like to be empowered. So if I was to turn around and ask Naya, when did you give your power away? I already know what she gonna say. When Dre told me to keep this a secret. That's when you gave your power away. So it's not, this wasn't my test. This was Naya's test because Naya know who her God is.
Right.
It's not no Jesus. It's not no Muhammad. Naya know who her God is for real, for real. It's not no Dre. So, but still, she can ride that line off of what Dre is saying, but Naya knows the truth. But that wasn't my test because I'm still standing off what the creator told me. Naya didn't stand. So, like
Right.
I told Naya, you gonna have to deal with the compromise that you let come in and get that right. Go ahead, I'm done.
Showing me myself in that purity, of how I can be, and raising me up in that, so yes.
Let me see that right there, honey.
Yeah,
Like,
Mike.
oh no,
But
Nas
who
right
raised
there.
Oh,
her?
go ahead.
No,
Dre
Nas
didn't.
got it right there. Hold on, let me
Right.
pick up. So
You see what
let
I'm
me just say
saying? But,
something.
but Dre wanna act
Because
like
I had a
he did all
conversation with
this work.
Naya,
Dre didn't do. Hold
and
on, because again, Dre was calling me over there every week, crying for help. Eddie, I need help. I don't know what to do with her. I'm like, and I would have to sit down and have a conversation. And like I said before, it been plenty of Wednesday nights when Naya got up and spoke and said, "My father told me." Then my father said, it wasn't Dre told me this. So Dre took the information that I gave Naya, and then he separated us, and then he started his brainwash, and now he's making the world think, see, look, I created this. Dre didn't create none of that. Naya is still living off the fact I told her, mind you, when I thought Dre was going to stand up dude, and I thought he was going to get it straight. I was like, you have a position and don't let nobody trick you out of that.
Right.
Stand tall. You know what I'm saying? Hold that position down. But when Naya said, hold on, wait, my daddy jumped onto some whole other shit. What was the other shit? Yeah, your dude lied. He compromised and he not going to Naya should have been like, wait, hold up. But like I said, he's not Dre is paying them off his YouTube and his subscription. I mean, he put it in a whole different account, but makes it think like they making money. But now he's paying them off his social media stuff.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Man,
I wonder is his
this
son,
shit
I
just
wonder is
crazy.
KP, I wonder did KP come back though? Is KP in the crowd?
I don't
Is
know. I
he
don't know
any of
where
his did
KP
any of his
at.
kids come
I don't
over
know
there?
where KP at. He told me I don't know. I don't know what. Kylan, you hit me up in the Instagram. You should never hit me up in the Instagram. You should have called me. This nigga tried to hit me up in the Instagram. Kylan, don't call me, bro. I don't give a fuck. He's like, what you got going on, man? You already know what I got going on, bro. He talking about, man, that's just how we wrestle, bro. You can't tell me how to feel, bro. It's not
I
even
want you
about
guys
a
to listen to
feeling. It's
this. This
about
is
facts, man. That ain't my
real
blood,
powerful.
dog.
Young fella,
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
powerful. I have high expectations. Everybody in this room that should have high expectations of one another, of yourself. This is the norm for us, right? Now, in the world,
Wow.
there's a script that is created, and when you feel like you do not measure up to that script, you become insecure, right? Well, what's the difference about the remnant? This is what I was just talking to Nia just now about.
What's the difference about the remnant?
I said, let me tell you
I don't know
something.
no difference because listen, when he told everybody to start speaking in tongues, yeah, I was done. I'm like, speaking tongues. I had a video with Naya. Naya had texted us, or I had deleted all that shit. But Naya texted us where I'm like, man, I'm not doing when I was in the church when I was young, and everybody was, doing, Jesus, 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 and then catch the Holy Ghost and all that shit. And The creator told me, he said, man, I'm not concerned about that. And I'm like, so I ain't got to speak in tongues. In the Bible, but it said when the disciples were speaking in tongues, everybody understood what they were saying. So how come when you speak in tongues in the church or in the remnant, nobody understands what you're saying? I'm like, that's not the Bible.
Right. Hey, and it's funny too, cause we got a comment from Woski who was there living with me and D. Yeah, that I mean, that's all I'm gonna say. You feel me? Woski was there living with me and D, so he know Dre, he know Athena, all them. He said Kylan used to get beat on too. Don't act like we just forget that. What the hell? Exactly. Kylan used to get his ass beat. He used to let D beat on him too. I don't know what kind of weird shit him and Dre got going on, but you know. They used
Man,
to do all different types of weird shit. That's why Daryl DoorDash P and or Maurice Goodley the second can't be on camera right now because that nigga's a straight weirdo and he been stressed out this whole time, fool. You been
I wonder, can his children even come? I don't even know if can his children still come to the remnant. I don't even think.
man.
He did all that talking. I don't even know if they.
I don't know.
If
I don't know.
freaking,
That's weird. That's weird. That's weird.
we'll
Yeah,
see.
yeah, yeah.
We'll see during the next conference. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. I
You
don't know
know.
what's going on with them. But with this guy Dre, he has a way of like uh trying to make it seem like he's saying something that's super like empowering or impactful when it comes to it, and he's just trying to give somebody a false sense of identity when he says, "Hey, well, you have the information now. We blessed you, so that makes you special. What's
The
the
covering.
information? Yeah, what's the
The
information?
covering.
Well, now you got this family. You're a part of the remnant. And with this, you'll always be great through the Most High. Like, what the fuck kind of shit is that, man?
I wonder, do they
You
have a badge up under their suit? You know, since they all work, they are agents. I wonder,
Yeah,
do they carry their badge with them 24/7? It's
yeah,
crazy.
something like it,
I don't
right?
even know if I don't even know if I should say this, but one of my homies got at me. We were talking yesterday, and it was uh like dudes was going across the border. And it was like, yeah, man, you need to come down there, man, because you know, like, yeah, I'm like, nigga, I can't go nowhere with my face being all on the internet with all this shit.
Yeah. You like, somebody gonna
Hey,
notice
I
me.
can't go to no meetings. I can't pull, man. Hey, man. Hey, somebody could just speak on my behalf, man. I said, but nah, I can't, you know, nah.
Yeah.
But
Nah, it's
yeah.
cool. It's fun. I mean, you know, it's one of those things that people don't expect us to be doing this, and they're like, wait, hold on. Yeah, we chilled out for a little bit. You know what I mean? We chilled out because them guys haven't been talking about nothing. Y'all, as y'all can see, they talking about the same shit that they've been talking about. We've been live for almost
3 years. Through going on 4 years. Saying the same. And you see, hold on. 4 years of this, and when they still get the microphone, they still hit you with the uh 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 principles, integrity,
information.
more information, insecurities. It's copy and paste.
It's ridiculous. So DoorDash and P flying to another state to hide behind the camera is that's crazy. Yeah, I don't know why like DoorDash and P he like be like he got a lot of weird stuff going on, you know what I mean? Especially with like his repressed sexual energy and all that type of stuff. You know, somebody gotta get to the bottom of that. Like, we don't think this guy he be wrestling with people. You know, once I heard the story about him with Mello and him breaking Mello's finger, and then look, y'all, Mello is a part of the remnant. He don't even be on the live, but he there, right? Mello, why did you leave your family's house Christmas night or Christmas Eve to go move in with a grown man? They got kids and multiple
And then
women.
not only that,
Why does he
not
need
only
you to
that,
live in his house? And then why are y'all wrestling? You know what I mean? Did you
man,
ever ask yourself that?
listen,
What is he trying to get
I
off
was
when he
there.
wrestles with you?
I was there. I seen
Got
Trick
three
Dad,
women but
Trick.
sleep on the couch.
I seen DoorDash the P, aka Trick Baby. I seen him more affectionate and more intimate with the men. I have never seen him intimate with none of his women. Like nothing affectionate. Nothing. You see him wrestle. Him and as soon as guys get on, like they all do this thing with push-ups, you know, he'll try to make you lose a bet. So you got to do push-ups. I never played
Yeah.
the games with them.
Yeah, them
But
push up
and
bets.
then just the look on his face when he would see, I'll be looking at him when dudes would be knocking out their push-up, the look he would have. But the thing is, you will see him touchy, wrestling. I have never seen him touch any of his women.
Yeah.
I have never seen him touch it. But I see, if you say, have you seen him touch greatness? Oh, yeah. You seen him touch Mello? Oh, yeah. Jay, Cavassier, you get all that. What about Yannick? Nope. What about Audrey? Nope. What about the other one? Nope. But then said the
The
lie
other one.
that one time he went to his kid's mother house, his son mother house, and him and his old girl had sex. But then he put himself on punishment because he was so out of bounds because he had sex with her. This dude did like a 3-week, 4-week apology for going and having sex with his children's mother.
What the
I'm
hell?
like,
Mm-mm.
okay. Mind you, listen, you judge yourself on the rules you put on yourself.
Right.
Bottom line. That's why Dre can mess with young girls and don't feel bad about it because that's in his
That's
rule
his
book.
get down.
Yeah, it's cool for him to do that. Anything that Dre wants to do, hey, he's aligned with that. Cause you put your own rules. So D was pissed off because he put himself on punishment off a rule that Dre put on him. Mind you, just like you said, what kind of relationship they had that Dre don't want him having, he can't have sex with none of his women. And the only reason why him and Aubrey got married because she can take care of the kids because she was in Denver. It's like, man, come on, man. It's a whole lot of hoe ass shit. It's just a whole lot of
Weirdo shit going on.
There's a lot of hoe ass shit, man. But again, y'all, these people out here in Seattle do not fuck with them. His family, people out here that grew up with them, with matter of fact, and with D, none of these people fuck with them.
Right. Dre said that's my pussy. It's crazy.
Woman that you are, fall. Though a just man fall 7 times, they will not utterly be cast down. Right? You do not have the excuse, like when you were in the world and you didn't measure up to the script that they set for you, to feel insecure. You do not have that excuse. Because when you are in this culture and you are restored, there's one thing that you have that makes the difference. If you have failed, your husband, your wife, you could fix it. You could fix it. You have the words to fix it.
Man, I feel sorry for Nadia and Dove, man.
More fair, right? The action's gonna come. The actions will come. But you've got to know God has given you the ability to fix it. Consciously understanding that you have the ability through your words and actions to fix whatever you've erred in. You have that. That gives you a different disposition. It is displeasing to God when you take up the disposition of the world of insecurity, because it's spitting in the face of God and all the power He's given you through the word that He's given you.
Because it's like if you have an insecurity, then you feel like you're still attached to that other person.
Right.
You know, you don't believe who you are. You don't believe who He's told you who you are, you know, and all that He's built you up to be at whatever point you are in the information, you know, or who He says you are once you are under submission and obedience to Him, you know.
Explain that shit, Nadia.
And even, you know, In the
Look
indoctrination,
at her,
in the church
confused.
even, there's not accountability. There were things that I was doing as a leader, as a pastor, that did not align with what
leprechauns.
I was preaching all the time. And so a lot of times it would be excused, and I'm only going to use myself, but anybody could apply this to wherever. It's, oh, that's just how she is. But she does this, this, and this. There was a justification, an allowance because of how much I did, how giving I was, how available I was to the ministry, to the women, to even to the men, how available I was. There was an allowance for me to be messy sometimes or go out
So
and.
do you think that it was just
Think
for
that's
you, or
Tanya,
that's how
that's her
everybody
name?
operated? So you
But
felt
that's why I
like
said
it
I was
was
only
for
going to
you.
speak
Yeah, that
about
must
me.
be
But
Tanya.
I mean, hey, it's the church. It's the
I
church
know.
that you govern.
It's
So,
everybody.
and that's how Christianity is, because they give allowances all the time because they don't have the information to correct it.
Right.
Right. So we're just gonna
But
let
wasn't
anybody
Dre
show
and
up
Dove
however
preachers
they
at a
want
church?
to, be whoever they want to be, because we really don't have the information to make them come up hither anyway. Right. So the pastors be messy, the people under them be
there's a
messy,
baby there
and they
too,
just messy.
Boski.
Right. It is, because they do not have the information. So that's understandable. That's not even exotic. That's from, at our point, like you're saying, it's normal.
Yeah.
Over
And
there.
so the reason why I brought that up was because one thing that the information that the remnant does, not, the remnant as a people, we don't allow for, that's just how Chris is. That's just how Given is. No, hold on, Chris, what did you mean by that? Or what was that right there? What was that? Because there's constant come up hither, constant come up hither, constant competitive therapy, not just to make sure I can beat you, but to make sure we're great together. We're great together. That all of us, any one of us could step into any room and they're going to see the information.
Don't
And it's
none
not
of them
gonna be
believe
diluted.
that.
It's not going to be watered down. It's not going to be, oh, well, this is the information that fits me. It's one information. It's one remnant. And you're either going to operate how this is or you ain't. Either the Most High is truthful and honest and right about everything he says, or nothing.
That's right.
You don't get to pick when you want to be remnant or pick when you want to submit to the information.
Right.
You don't get to pick that. It's not a when it feels right.
Mm-hmm.
And there's constant sharpening of each other all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Constant.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many conversations. I
Nah,
remember
y'all
one
still
of them,
talking
we
about
were
the
at
same
the
shit.
skating
Right.
rink, and I was talking to some of the brothers about something, and Cavassier said, "Well, that sounds real Christian." And I said, "Okay." I said, "Okay. Well, tell me why it sounds Christian." And me and him had what is it
They
called?
got deep
Competitive
breastfeeding
therapy.
off camera.
And then after I was able to explain,
You
because
said what?
some of my words
Hey,
were still
Boski put they got deep breastfeeding off camera.
going to sound that way, because
Hey,
for 40
I'm
years,
not gonna
this is
cap.
what I've been in.
Mm.
It still might sound that way, but listen to what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Not just the words that are coming, but listen to what's being said, like the capacity of what I'm given. And so when we sat and finally got down to the end of all of it, there was an understanding by the time we got to the end of the conversation. But in it, it's quick. It's quick. And now I've become the same way, because I'll hear something, I'll be like, wait, let me ask you, what was that right there?
So
there
mind
was,
you, she's
even when
talking
we were
about
can we
last
talk about
summer.
that?
Mm-hmm.
So
See, you see how they still in the past.
Right.
That's why they can't talk about what they're doing now. They're
Yeah.
still in the past.
I don't know.
The skating
All
ring,
this
all
shit,
that shit was
like,
last year,
I don't-
June. That was
Bro, this
2025.
shit
No,
getting-
I met Tanya in 2000. I met her August of 2025. So she's talking like September to like December. We was going skating. They're like, oh my God, where's the empowerment?
This shit be making me tired. I don't even know what the fuck going on.
Yeah,
I'm like,
man,
God.
I got food in there waiting on me and all this
Right,
shit. And
right.
I'm
Like, shit, we got things to do. I'm still waiting on the information. Damn it.
oh, you got to get in class for that.
Oh, you gotta get in class for the information for
Yeah,
that.
you got to get in class for the real information.
Should we skip fast forward to the shit? Oh, look, they got DoorDash up here.
Stable relationship.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell no. Let's look at this.
Experience all the beautiful things that came with it, but when I turned my back on it,
And they got that young girl up here. Why they got that
Right.
young girl?
So they can look at.
Right?
She's 13.
Oh,
Hidden, be this, be that, you know,
let's listen.
misogynistic. Y'all can't even get a man, right?
Or you
All
just
they
have
can
a
get in the
stable-
world is
I said
baby
that.
daddies or
Remember,
get some sex or
Right.
whatever. We can, anybody can do that.
they talk about the remnant. I mean, the world, but they talk about the remnant.
Yeah.
Even if they do have someone in their life, you know, I do got a question. I do have a question for Karaya.
See, you're gonna shoot it back at you.
All right, I have a question for you, only because you're very sharp. All right.
And I'm gonna let
Dre
you
say, I mean,
last.
D say everybody is sharp
All
though.
right.
He'll tell a roach
you
can
and
be
my
sharp
daughter
to D.
are good friends, right? She's 13. At 14 years old, how do you view, right? How do you view all of this from a 14-year-old? Am I coming from?
How do you do the remnant?
No.
Oh, he's a
Coming
weirdo. You gonna ask a 14-year-old
growing
that?
up in the world where a man's supposed to have one woman and supposed to be monogamy, being here, seeing Uncle Dre with 2 wives, seeing me with 3 wives.
Mind you, they grooming.
How do you?
I'm telling you,
do
they.
that
Hey,
as a 14-year-old, because I've heard some.
you see my daughter
I've
up
heard
there.
some kids say it's weird to them. Or
Don't
Okay.
say what other kids say.
I've heard some different opinions.
Yeah.
So how do what?
He
what's
said,
your-
"Don't say
what's
what
your
other
opinion
kids
about that?
say." D. What the
Well,
fuck?
Now that I've been in the information for quite a while,
He
it's
asked
actually
for it.
it's come to me like pretty normal, actually, because like most of you guys have wives, and then half like you and Uncle.
He just asked his 14-year-old girl about polygamy. We gotta mark this. Hold on. What the fuck? He just asked a 14-year-old girl about polygamy on a live podcast, bro. You're tripping, man. Yo, this is crazy.
Hold on,
Why
because
would you?
mind you, they already, man, listen, them dudes already got their eyes on them the teenagers. See, now, mind you, mind you, see, and that's why I was saying what I was saying, because Dre is already setting the tone. So now he's saying that a grown man can holler at her at 18 or whatever and say, hey, keep this between me and you because I don't know what the Holy Ghost is doing. Don't tell your dad, don't tell your mom. Let's see how the Holy Ghost is going. You see how he opened up the
That's
door for that?
so gross.
And when I told him, I said, man, you got to fix that because
D1
it's gonna create an issue later on. So now if somebody else do it, oh, now they're gonna turn around and say, oh, you can't do that now, but Dre did it.
Ew. That's actually foul.
Uncle Dre
Yeah.
have multiple wives, and so I don't feel like it's weird or anything or out of place or anything, because first of all, it's our culture, and
It's our culture.
also my culture too. And I know that one day I might have a husband and he might have more than one wife, or
So guess what? Why, hold on. So guess what? Guess who's watching and guess who's listening? Them grown men out there in the audience. They sitting back like, oh, you know what? When they see it, hey, I got you some candy. Oh, you
That's
know what? Here, I
horrible.
got you something. Don't tell your dad, because
That's
I don't want
horrible.
them to think. I don't want them to think it's something else going on. I'm trying to see what the Holy Ghost, mind you, this is what Dre did. I'm trying to see what the Holy Ghost is trying to do. Lying.
he might want to have more than one
So
wife.
now she just put a
And
big old
so-
target on her chest.
My dad also he talks to me about these things and breaks down the information, and we have talks and stuff. So with that being said, I just think that it's pretty normal. It's not really weird or anything.
Also, Cancel Me said, hold the baby neck, Dub. Dub don't know what to do with the baby.
Interesting. It might be interesting to you guys because y'all in the indoctrination.
Hey, I already said, man, look, neither one of them raised their kids, man. None of them raised their kids.
Yeah, this is sick. This is a sick individual right here. This is a sick individual right here. Same with this man, Dre.
Look, hey, look how he looking at her. Okay, cool.
Mic drop. Oh,
Yeah.
praise the Most High God.
But hold
Get us
on,
out
but
of here.
listen. Check this out. She said, so yeah, I'm prepared if he have a wife or two. There's only two guys in there with one or two, So is she making that comment, putting Dre and D on notice?
Right.
Compared to like, oh, if he got another woman, whatever. Why? Remember, the revelation is in the why. Why does she have to say one or two?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Go
That's
ahead,
crazy.
man.
That's super wild, man.
So you can catch us right here every Wednesday, same time, 7 p.m. You can catch us on Mondays and Fridays on YouTube on our paid classes. This is just the Wednesday night outreach. If this is the only class you in, you are part of the outreach program, right? So don't think.
Okay, look, we don't gotta keep that up at all, actually. We don't gotta promote their stuff at all, if that's the case. Because yeah, nah. Look at this. At the end, I just fast forwarded to the end of it. You know what I mean? And they on some weird stuff. They asking the youngest woman in there
Yeah.
about polygamy. It's crazy.
So I wonder why D didn't ask, why he didn't call his daughter on the live and ask his daughter that question. You see what I'm saying? Because see, now seeing how they operate, I have to look at it like you picking.
Yeah.
You seeing where her mind is at right now. You
Yeah.
trying to see, and like you said, why would he ask her that? You see what I'm saying? Mind you, cause see, I didn't see Drake got past me with all that sneakiness. See, I can't now. You can't. I can't let that. Oh no, he didn't mean nothing by that. Or whatever. I can't let that slide no more because I see now this is what you do.
Right.
This is what they do. You see what I'm saying? Just like with Drake.
They're
Hold on.
grooming.
You went for jail for pimping on a minor. You end up getting with Naya, 22. Like you have a thing. I forgot it's a word for it when dudes is like attracted to like young women that's like close to like that look like they're under 21. You know what I'm saying? Or that had that mind capacity. That's why I'm like, yeah, Dre, dude, show us knocking, show the world what you knocking a grown woman. Show us how that look like. Because he turn around and be like, oh, I can knock any woman I want. Dove even said I can do it. Okay, well, show us. Stop showing us that you can knock these and brainwash these little girls. These young girls, because he gonna go at, see, Naya, see, your dad even still look at you like a little girl. See, that's how he looks at you. See, that's why you glad you over here. Man, come on, man. Well, we already see, you can listen to Dove and see that she, I done said, man, I'm gonna copy and paste. Dove ain't, Dove ain't got a brain. Like, it's a whole bunch of scarecrows over there.
Yeah, man.
You
That's
know.
wild, bro.
And Dre over there sipping on the Holy Ghost, getting his information, watching YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Man, they ain't doing nothing, man. They recycling information, man. They haven't been talking about shit this whole time. And I just think it's funny, man. Like they said, look, if you're on this class, you're not getting anything. So what the fuck is the point of the live then? If they can't get any information from the live, what the fuck is the point?
Do anybody have any questions, man? We gotta set the tone on what's going on over
anybody
here.
got anything they want to say? Wolski did say these motherfuckers aren't Mormon. Polygamy is not their culture. What the hell? Guard the moron. Dove is the second in command, barking at the remnant males like she's a damn man. Nah, that is crazy. Nah, she is a little bit aggressive and stuff like that. I don't know what's going on with that. You know what I mean? I really don't know.
You know what? You know what the other remnant, not the other remnant, but the other Hebrew Israelite camps had an issue with when they would come around. They said, man, why is she wearing pants? Our women supposed to walk around in dresses looking feminine. Why y'all dressed like twins?
Right.
Well, it's our culture, and I like for Dove to look like a man sometimes because sometimes when she's running up in me, I like to know that sometimes she could be a man because you got to
Nah.
guard the man. So is guarding the man really Dove?
Damn. I don't know. I don't know. You got me fucked up with that one. I don't even know. What does a remnant even mean? Is it some pseudo foundation they came up with or something? I'm not up to speed. So that's a question from Wolski.
Uh, it's a part in the Bible where God was talking to Abraham, and he was like, although the Israelites number like the sands in the sea, only the remnant will be saved. When you look up the word remnant, it just means like a chosen few. But they taking it, just like Christians, they gonna take one thing out the Bible and be like, oh, see, that's why things haven't been going in our favor because we was calling God Jesus and not by his name. And see, we're not Israelites, we're remnant. So now it's like if we choose the words, now we can be powerful now. It's
Nah, and
like
then it's like calling God by his name, and it's like which God are we talking about? But then it's like most of these people don't even
exactly.
understand and know to get that deep. Because then when you talk about Jesus, and then you talk about Yeshua, and then you talk about Yahweh, and then you get into the origins of all of that and different gods and spiritual deities, your head might be fucked up. You know what I mean?
Right, you got Jehovah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got, man, this when you that's why in the Bible it says there are gods many, but there is one heavenly Father. That's why people turn around and be like, I'm gonna pray for you. I'll be like, nah, I'm cool because I don't know who you pray to. I don't know who, what I'm saying? Some people call it, the most high. What do that what do that mean? The creator, the absolute, what I'm saying? It's so you go into the Bible, mind you, there's all kinds, it's all kinds of different names
Right.
because different gods taught different people. Moses was taught by the burning bush, you know what I'm saying? Okay.
Right.
Then Adam was taught by a god. David was dealing with a god. Jesus was talking to a god. You know what I'm saying? And so
Right.
it's like, but it's the actions by what you stand for or stand by that's like that represent like who it is that you calling. You know what I'm saying? But man, the Bible has all kinds. But again, just like what Coolin was saying, like if you turn around, you jump on that boat right there, man, that's a whole nother realm of information that what I'm saying. But that's why like voodoo is different layers. What's the other? I forgot what the other one. They're like Yoruba priests. They're different layers. The Kabbalah is different layers. It's what I'm saying. So it's like when I talk to people, I listen to see like where they at. When they start dealing with a whole bunch of me's and me and my God, man, that's ego. Because the Most High or the Creator or like that one, I already like putting out there like what like the name I use, but that source, it's a it operates. It's a we operating as one. It's a collective of minds. That's why I said over in the remnant, they all didn't watch each other lie. They didn't stole money. Shit, you can turn around and do a live with Mellow grandmother, and she'll tell you about all the money that they was stealing, D was stealing from her and all that. So they didn't watch the compromise, but then Tanya gonna sit up there and say, we hold each other to a higher standard. And then Dre said, we all have higher, I have higher standards for everybody. How?
Yeah.
Well, you didn't watch, look,
Especially if you're
when they
doing
found
shady
out,
business.
that D stole that money from Mello's grandmother, any other time when somebody do something, they want to have a circle in front of everybody, right? Because it's transparency to put everybody on notice and everybody deal with you in a circle. Oh, but when D stole that money, oh, they had that early. And then the only people that was in the room was the people that was there.
Yeah.
How come D wasn't in the circle in front of everybody? You see what I'm saying? So they pick and choose when they want to hold people accountable, when it's a secret. Because Dre was even like, man, I was asking D, where you getting this money?
Yeah.
Mellow grandmother. And they still didn't make her whole. They didn't go back over there and fix up her house or, the way they tore it up and all that. Mello won't even answer his grandmother's phone call.
Yeah, Garth the Moron said, I heard Dre knew something about D stealing money from Mellow Grandma and did nothing about that. And then
Did
Counsel Me.
nothing.
Yeah, and then Counsel Me said, is the standard in hell? Like, because where's the standard?
Man, listen, when they had the meeting, we can't. Only reason why I had Naya kind of said, no, it wasn't Naya, but one of the brothers said something and it kind of got out, but you didn't get the whole story. It was just like it was an issue that happened with D and Mello's grandmother and some money. And I was like, okay. So that's why when Joseph left, because Joseph was over there, when Joseph left, I was like, I bet you it got something to do with D and Mello's grandmother. So Dre tried to play it off and was like, Joseph left because of a woman. So, I'm looking at Joseph like when I kept trying to get in contact with him and he wouldn't return my phone call, I said, well, damn. Well, maybe he did leave because of a woman. He like, hey, fuck it. We don't want to talk to me. But when I did talk to him, he was like, man, I saw that class when Dre said that. I said, because I thought you were still in class. You just wasn't going to show up. He said that was the plan. But when Dre did that, I was like, fuck it. He didn't say fuck it. That's my word. But that's why when I had my issue with Dre, I said, yeah, he going to do me the same way he did Joseph. So I beat him to it. And you see, ever since April, I've been hitting them. Dudes like, man, me and Dre need to go and do a boxing match. I'm like, man, yeah, yeah. They would have some issues if any of them try to, was play fighting with me and put their hands on me. I'm like, it's just a whole bunch of suckers over there. So it's like, how you steal from one of the, not only, okay, you stole from this woman, but how do you steal from your brother's grandmother? That's just like I told my son Manaz. How do you sleep or get with a guy who you said is your brother? How do you get with his baby mama?
Right.
It don't make no sense. I'm like,
and then even Wolski was asking like, what's the context of him stealing Granny's money? Pretty much, Daryl was contracted to do some like home renovation stuff and scammed her out of like 40,000. Essentially, that's pretty much it.
yeah. So then he had all the guys coming over there, and then when he would come over there and try to do some work, she would confront him about, okay, y'all tearing up my house, but I'm not seeing nothing get done. So then, see, I've been in that game before, cause like I said, I got some friends. These my brothers. That's some shooters, and I got one brother, man. This dude doing full life sentences, and when that dude got that taste of blood in his mouth, or he got that look, anybody can get it. So when he going through that, I get the fuck on, cause I'm like, man, I ain't about to be up here, going to war with my brother. But he would try to start an argument, and I did a testimony about this before. That before somebody can do something to you, they have to validate it. So he would try to get into an argument with you to validate what he about to do to you.
Yeah.
So when Mello grandmother would confront D already know he gonna run off with that money, but now he needed an excuse. Right. Oh man, I can't deal with her attitude. I can't blah blah blah. Okay, we'll give her money back. So yeah, and Mello sitting up in the crowd, happy go lucky. He got that light skinned Hawaii thing going. So he remnant. So it's like, man, fuck that. Like, Nah, you get over on my grandmother, like, I mean, well, my mama, my grandmother, like, man, come on.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And now you mad at your people because they know. That's Melo's attitude. He's mad at his people because they know.
Yeah, nah, for surely. That's what Brain said. Remember when the Remnant bots used to come in here yapping, wake up, Remnant bots? Yeah, nah. One of them was in here earlier, but you know, some of them might be trying to come in, but we got it on followers only in the chat, so.
Oh, you should have left it open, man. So they could have been like, oh man, see, they don't want us just to get in. Cause you know, they probably were trying to press accept or request for the whole time since 7
Well,
o'clock.
they don't got a request. When they follow they don't block them. This is kick. They just follow up.
Okay.
If they really gonna say something, they cool.
But yeah, man, you see, they over there still talking about the same thing. They
It's
out here
tired,
living the
gang.
same life. We don't
Tired
nobody
shit.
see them. Man, look, y'all see the videos Elijah posted, and I know he gonna do something with Boolin. So it's like, man, we out here, man, we moving, we networking. Like, we don't need them. And all these dudes 30, 40 years old still need Dre, and Dre is not producing anything for them. So, even with his health going down and all that shit, what they gonna do when he leaves? Because he always say, I got it straight that Naya and Dove. Well, he always used to say Dove was gonna be straight, but he gonna try to say like, oh, he gonna Dove and Naya and the baby gonna be straight if anything happens to him. Yeah, I mean, I love Sinful, but Sinful said the same thing.
Yeah, man. See, that's wild, man. Who knows,
It's
bro?
just a lot of people, like, a lot of people just, they get at me on the text, on the chat and all that stuff. But a lot of people be like, yeah, I just don't need them coming at me right now because I got things going on and blah, blah, blah. And I don't want them to know that I'm gonna leave yet. I don't want them to know, what I'm saying? It'd be a lot of that. And they'd be like, well, hey, I'm gonna stand here and fight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep exposing.
Keep on saying what we need to say, man. Like, there ain't nothing wrong with it. And then, we get the clips. We'll get the clips we need, you feel me? And then go from there.
Yeah. Everybody who left the Remnant is doing bigger things than they were doing when they was over there. It's like, them dudes at a stand, them dudes doing the running man. Just running in steel. Running in place, Come on, any other question? Because we can't leave on this guard the sissy vibe. We gotta hype it up on this cooling energy. Then we can get up out of here.
We good, shit, man. It's my off day, so I've been chilling, man. I just woke up from a nap.
You said what?
This. I said, shit, I've been off today, so I just woke up from a nap before this. You know what I mean?
I can't hear you breaking up.
You can't hear me? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Yeah, I said it's my off day. I just woke up from a nap and shit, you know what I mean? So I'm chilling, man. I've been, enjoying my day, man. Just got some good pizza, you know what I mean? I've been, just really on some good energy. Garth the Moron said, even Joseph H said, there's great judgment occurring on the remnant, and I believe him. I left at a critical time. Yeah. Yeah, you did.
And it's crazy because like even dudes that be getting at me, they was like, man, we thought you was lying at first, or we thought you was playing, or we just thought you were just messing with them, just buffing and carrying on. I'm like, nah, like I was sitting on it for a long time. Even February, I was I had left, but it was just like in court. It was like I didn't have enough evidence. If I would have left, I would have, how we was talking about his daughter and different ones. Like even when they was going at Dre, they didn't have enough. So I'm like, if I would have left a little too soon, I wouldn't have had enough.
Right.
Even Tori and Elijah was looking at me like, man, I don't know, Daddy. So even when I left, Elijah was the one was like, Daddy. Because he was in denial at first. He was like, man, nah, you gotta make me. He said, because how I know you're not feeling like this today, and then tomorrow you're gonna be like, back in rank. He was like, you have to make me believe that why you're leaving is for a good reason. And I was like, remember when I did the testimony about Malcolm X and the reason why he had to leave the nation because he couldn't get past the lie of Elijah Muhammad sneaking with them young girls. I said it's the exact same thing. I said, man, Dre lied to us and kept it as I said he lied, and that with that thief, and he tried to play it like, oh, but I love you guys. And it's like, come on, man. Like you can play that shit with them square niggas that's over there because them niggas don't know no better. You can't say you from the streets talking to another street nigga because he gonna judge you from the streets. Like, if I was a square, then I'm gonna judge you from a square point of view because I don't come from that world. But nigga, you did some shit that would have got you killed. And I'm like, coming from Detroit, and I done been, like I said, I done sold dope from Seattle to Florida, from New York to San Diego. And I'm like, I done been a lot of places that, yeah, you get away with a lot of shit. And a lot of niggas in Detroit, they're saying the same shit. If that nigga was here, ain't no way that nigga still be alive. I'm like, I know, but that's why he canceled that Detroit conference. Cause I'm like, nigga, my mama is sitting up watching their stories, and that's why I was telling him, like, Dre, you need to chill out, having my daughter, half naked on your stories and all that shit because my family is looking.
Right.
And I'm hearing things. What can they say? That's my woman, and I don't see nothing wrong with it. I'm like, this nigga, that's why I was like, man, this nigga straight up bitch. I'm like, all right. So anything happens to you, you go somewhere or whatever, nigga, I told you, I'm not on his story, so I don't know. Now I hear that he be, are you happy? Doing that same steer down. You got to no, you got to say it in front of the camera so they can, are you happy? You happy that you had the baby? You happy that you, it's like, man, what nigga do this? Got to do this shit every day.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just a whole bunch of, it's a bunch of clown shit, man. So, like I said, I was supposed to be getting ready to go down here across the border for this thing right here. I just told the niggas like, man, just pull up on me or whatever. Cause like I said, my face, I can't, cause I be here and niggas be like, hey, you be the one going at the Dre, right? And then especially niggas in back home in Detroit. So it's like, yeah, nigga, I got a face now,
Yeah.
So I gotta kind of like almost be a square around this motherfucker, man.
Yeah, man.
You know?
You don't know who's looking at you.
Yeah, now I gotta talk shit. I gotta be a Charleston White nigga against, I gotta
That's
talk
how I've
shit
been
against
feeling.
Dre.
That's how I've been feeling, man. It's cool. But not just Dre shit, man. That's anybody, everybody shit at this point. But it's cool. But
Yeah. So I'm enjoying it, because every time I look up, some more shit get exposed. It's like I say, I was talking to a childhood friend of his, and he was like, "Man, that nigga been a sissy all his life. Even when he was young, he was messing with the young girls when we was in school." And I was like, it was like, dude, the shit that you be posting, like, nigga, I don't know who telling you the shit, but you be on it. I be I'm like, but it shows because, granted, when me and their mother got together, she was young. Guess what? I don't have a history of that. I don't have another baby mama that was young. I was on the run with her. I was hustling with her. She was young. I don't have a bunch of young stories. You know what I'm saying? I only got one, my children's mother. And then me and her turned around and had 4 children together. I'm like, nah, I'm not about to be on copy and paste on this shit, man.
right.
Now so yeah, man. So what you working on, man? What you got coming up?
Man, I think I'm gonna bring like some cooking aspect to it, just around the crib, just bringing some different streams coming up like that, man. I got some cool stuff coming up, so I'm just I'm taking the time from certain content so I could just get on here and get my mind right. You feel me? And really cook. I was kind of incognito a little bit, like I streamed last month, but I didn't do everything, man. So it's like
yeah.
just right now I'm in the process of like rebuilding and really focusing on like personal goals and shit too. You feel me? So it's like
Yeah.
I'm back at the drawing board a lot. I was even thinking about switching up so many things up in here. You feel me? But it's one day at a time right now. But um, streaming. I get on here and we have fun, but I am kind of taking a little break, definitely from the hard liquor. You know what I mean? And just getting certain things right, man. Like when it comes to like these spirits, man. Like I said, bro. Like after even before we got on live, like even after talking about.
Hold on for 1 second. Hold on.
Yeah, no, you good. You good. You good. You good. Yeah, y'all. So I'm just getting my mind right, everybody. I'm just getting my mind right, everybody, and making sure I'm doing the best thing that I need to do. You know. Yeah. W Tundra, man. W Brain. W Wolski. W Cancel Me Later, man. Plus, done came in here. Remember, or Guard the Moron. True Blue came up in this motherfucker. Sir Flex Mode came up in this motherfucker. Yeah, man. It's been a good live, y'all, man. W Eddie B, man. W Elijah B, W Soft Spoken. Hold on.
So I did have a question for you.
Yeah, what's up?
So what happened? Whatever happened to that dude? What the demons or whatever?
Oh, the Pollard dude. I mean, it's still the Demon Gang stuff. They still out there doing whatever, man. He's still doing his little corny stuff. You know what I mean?
I guess before we go, I want to touch on what we was talking about before we had went live.
Well,
about that whole predator.
Garth the Moron said, "How did Minaj end up getting with Julia?"
Man, it was crazy. The day she left KP, the day she moved out, she went into Play-Doh closet. She was trying to sell some stuff or whatever. And Minaj was sitting in Tori's car. So when she came out, I don't know if Tori was in one of the stores over there or something. I don't know. But when she came out, she saw Tori's car. So she walked over to the car thinking Tori was sitting in there. Because, her and Tori and Minaj connected, both got that same brown complexion.
Mm-hmm.
So she thought it was Tori sitting up in the car. When she went in, she saw Minaj. And then, Minaj, he pulled the whole Dre. Oh, that was God brought them together. Because that's also what Dre was telling him. That God brought that together and all this kind of shit. I said, man, listen. She just moved out. Okay, that she just moved out the apartment. She was on her way to Greatness in Cassie house. I said, give her a month. Let her see and decide what it is that she want to do. She might just be mad at KP. So let her figure it out and I said, this is something that she has to go through. And then after a month or whatever, as she didn't, cleanse herself, my old boy or whatever, things like that, then, okay. I said, but you meeting her the day she left, I said, that looks like something. it looks like y'all might have could have had something already going on. I said, anybody can take that and, oh, I don't care what nobody say. You know, yeah, we think it's God. God did this. I said, all right. I said, but look at that. Because first Naya was with KP. Dre convinced Naya to leave KP. At first, like I said, I'm thinking all this stuff is innocent because then all the other guys are trying to get at Naya. She turned them all down. Mind you, Cavassier was using the Holy Ghost to try to get at Naya. Then Dre got on Cavassier saying, you know, you're not supposed to use God. Try to use him or his words to try to get at a woman and all this kind of shit. And then what Dre do? I think this is the Holy Ghost. He did the exact same shit Cavassier was doing. So it's it's a lot of dumb niggas over there. So I gotta look at my son the same way. Cause I'm like, dude, that's not like I say, man. The same thing like I said with Chris. Man, Chris was my guy. I would never have thought that me and Chris would be like this nigga look at me like a op. Like I don't even use these new terms. It's like niggas be on like on what they say on my dead homies and all that shit, man. It's on me. Like my dudes that's dead, they dead. I can't, man. Listen, they taught me what not to do, whatever. Don't go out like I did. Okay, I'm about to sit up here and talk about the dead, but you know, that's just what the remnant is. So it's like, how can you turn around and say, you know, you down with this person, you love this person right here, and then the next day because somebody else is mad, the same thing what you was going through, cool. Because somebody else, because you and somebody else is beefing, now you gonna add yourself to the beef. Like, nigga, that's elementary shit.
Right. It's
You
crazy.
know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because even when I stopped fucking with them, Jay and Brandon, mail was still coming to my mailbox. And guess what? Every time I would go to the mailbox and they had mail, I would go and put it right in front of their doors. Even when I was beefing with Dre, Jay, Brand, all them niggas, I would still deliver their mail. So like I said, I'm not one of them niggas like, yeah, I fuck with you today, not tomorrow. Like, yeah, I don't know you. Like, I'm not, like I said, I'm from the east side of Detroit. Jay is from the west side. Them niggas on the west side do that shit. Man, I don't know how I can't get down like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, nah.
But did you want to have that predatory thing real quick before we go? Or we want to say that for the next slide?
I mean, it's not nothing. I mean, it's not even say it's not nothing really crazy. It's just, I mean, it is what it is. We seen it on the live today. He asked a 14-year-old
Yeah.
what she thought about polygamy, and that just let you know a little bit about Daryl. You know, I mean, yeah, you know, like, you know, it's just when it comes down to talking about all the stuff. Even when I called him that night when I was doing the roast, he said, "Well, I was doing things that happened to me." Because the man who was raised me or whatever did things to me or whatever the case may be. So he already tried to justify his actions as far as like why he been doing the shit that he do and all this shit, you know. But
yeah. And see, and what only thing I was gonna add to that,
yeah,
because me and Coolin was having a discussion about, you know, predators. See, I was born in 74. Those guys that was born in the 60s, because I think Dre was born in either 69 or 70. But them 60 guys was weird. And I'm saying this at a 50-year-old. Back then in the 80s, you had a whole bunch. It was, a lot of, like, mind you, I came up with, in the 80s, who was big? Prince. It was that world of sissies was big. So just like how Charlie Murphy said, like back in the 80s, everybody was trying to dress like Prince to see who can get the girls. But a lot of them guys was really gay. And them dudes, we would go to school and they would have programs where it was like, if you go home and your older sibling friend is there, leave. because so many kids was getting raped by like we was like in elementary school, like they was getting raped by like the middle school, high school kids. You see what I'm saying? So it's like we came up under those niggas. And then, mind you, crack made it, enhanced it. So any type of fetish or predatory thing that you had going on, if you making money during the crack era, it heightened because now you can have it your way. I can pay for it. I can do whatever. Or I can pump fear and all that. And that was another thing I was going to use was with the whole predatory thing. See, predators put that whole no snitching thing in place.
Yeah.
Now this is a jewel right here. Why? Because they're predators. Don't tell. Don't go back and say nothing. Don't tell your people. Don't go tell the police.
Right.
So all this no snitching thing, that's why this shit then spilt over to, you notice in every other culture, no snitching applies to if we're both in the same lifestyle. If me and you go do some work, I don't go tell on you. In the black community, even if you don't have nothing to do with it, don't tell.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, you just robbed my grandmama and shit. What the fuck you talking about? The police asked me who the fuck did it. I'm gonna say your ass did it. Like, no,
Right.
because now you snitching. And now you see how the predators then got everybody. Because mind you, in the black community, it's as long as you don't tell on me mentality.
Right.
So as long as I can prey on everybody but I can get y'all to not tell, and now you got everybody I don't care what it is, don't snitch. Like, nigga, that's that predatory, that crazy shit. You go home from school, that it never happened to me, but like I said, it was real big in the 80s. You come home from school and there was like a lot of kids was getting raped, how they would come home and then like when they brother friend would be in the shower. And then all of a sudden he'll come out the shower naked. And you standing there, you like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But he already put the idea, right? That was the big thing, how a lot of kids was getting messed with back in the 80s. So again, don't snitch though. Cause if you snitch, now, like, man, I hate the black community, man. This shit, I be listening to Charles White sometimes. I be like, yeah, man,
That's
like we
crazy.
did a job on ourselves.
Yeah, definitely did a
Yeah,
number because you don't know, and then for years, like you internalize things, and people internalize parts of a lifestyle that they've never been a part of. So you over
exactly.
here a full civilian, but you think you shouldn't snitch because it's a street code, and you're not even in the streets. You know what I mean?
So now,
So
and then look at your situation. Like you were
yeah.
saying, your people are just now hearing about this now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Why? Because it's like, ah, man, well, you see what I'm saying? And you just suppress it because it
Yeah.
still kind of go back to that thing.
And then you like, well, damn, well, what the fuck happened? It's like, yo, well, you don't you try not to internalize it just because like everybody they're like, oh, well, that was just horseplay, that was just this, that was just that. Like, no, man, people are affected by this isn't my family member, this is somebody like my blood. None of my brothers have ever wrestled with me the way that this man has tried to wrestle with me. And then you talk about holding somebody down and kissing on them and all this other type of weird stuff, and this man playing with himself. Like, man, I don't know what he doing, I don't know what type of repressed sexuality he has going on, but I know what I endured. And so if I look at it and I'm
Right.
like, okay, well, if a young girl went through it, you would say that that was very inappropriate. No matter if there was any
Yeah.
type of penetration or anything like that that goes on about it. But most people are afraid to have those type of conversations. So it's like, y'all, when
Yeah.
we open up conversations into our world of real life things that we're experiencing, most people don't have to come back to it. You know what I mean? I still got to live with these experiences that happen. You still got to live with understand that. Look, now there's a grandchild of yours that's out there and that's around this individual and these type of people. You know what I mean? And people
Yeah.
just think that this conversation stops here. It doesn't.
Yeah. And you know what it is? And that's one thing, that's why when niggas be on that no snitching shit, like I know my father taught me what a snitch was. I don't need these niggas that never been raised in the suburbs and all this other bullshit, these predators that tell me what a snitch is. Because mind you, predators protect predators.
Yeah, you might need to charge your phone too.
Bad cop.
You might need to charge your
You
phone,
know,
Eddie. It look like it might be dying soon.
me, I mean, it's plugged up. Let me see. Oh no, I'm at 100%.
Oh, take it off the charger then.
You said what?
Take it off the charger if it's plugged up.
Oh, hold on. I can't hear you now.
Take it off the charger if it's plugged up.
Oh, hold on. Okay, I didn't turn down the volume. See, I'm 50, man. You said what?
Take it off the charger if it's plugged up.
Okay.
Because if it's at 100, on
So,
the charger.
Predators protect predators. So it's like the good cop, bad cop. It's like Coolin said, like he went through his situation, and then when he speak up, guess what? Another predator is gonna turn around and be like, oh man, y'all just playing. It was horseplay. It was this. It was that. It was like, nah, man. I know what it was. You know what I'm saying? Like it was inappropriate playing. Like you know what inappropriate. But again, another predator. That's why I always watch when the predator would talk some shit about somebody. I'll be waiting to see who else gonna side with him
Right.
and see who the other predators are. You see what I'm saying? Because just like liars gonna protect liars, just like over there in the Remnant, you know, a predator is gonna protect another predator. That's why when D stole the money from Mellow Mother, guess what? Dre didn't say anything. Because just like he preyed on Mellow Mother, Dre lied because some of the money he sent to Dre. Predators protect other predators.
Exactly. Yeah, man, that's
So
wild,
yeah,
dude.
man, that's what we were gonna say on that, huh?
No, I'm saying
That was the message, man. We gotta post that part. Predators protect predators, man. All that wannabe snitch. Majority of the time, a nigga gonna tell you, nigga, you snitching. Oh, don't snitch. 9 times out of 10, he's a predator. Because I know if I got a co-defendant and now my co-defendant is turning around and trying to turn state against me, nigga, that's a snitch. Not if when I was a kid, we was selling dope on the block. We knew Miss Wilson was gonna tell the police. Guess what? We did not sell dope by Mrs. Wilson because we know she gonna call the police. We didn't act a fool and fuck up her house and all that shit. Nigga, she's not in the lifestyle with us.
Right.